Hello and welcome to BierTier, the German engineer. Yes, it is of course Thursday afternoon or evening actually, once again. And we are back with another game to the channel that we really haven't played before. And that is of course Cities Skylines II. Yes, yeah, the reviews are probably not too good about it, but the game has been out for quite a long time now. And I really hope the developers have done something about it. Icarus says, will there be traffic jams? Yes, there will be traffic jams. Yeah, there is always a high chance. And Elfie says, this game does not seem as good as Cities Skylines to me. Which is probably, or maybe, also true. But there's only really one way to find out, and that is to try it for ourselves and give it a good chance. And if it doesn't work out, we will come back with Skylines 1, and we will check that one out as well. But first of all, I would say we need to pick out a map. I am not really partial to anything here, to be very honest with you. I mean, most of them look pretty decent. This one here already has a grid pre-built. That's nice, I guess. What else do we have here? San Francisco already has the Golden Gate Bridge in there in the distance. Is that it? The River Delta already has a little grid pre-built as well. Very nice, very nice. I don't know. Not entirely sure what I'm feeling. This one here is nice and straight and flat. That would be pretty straightforward, I would assume. Yeah, let's do something like this here. Again, I haven't played any of these maps here. At least not in a long time. I played the game when it came out and then let it go because, yes, the truth is, it did suck pretty hard. It did suck pretty hard, because even at the time I had a 3080 and it would still not run. I guess we will try it again, this time with a 4080. On Rhineland says, windy fjords. I have a feeling I know why you are so impartial to that one. But yeah, that would be a lot of hills and not really a lot of space to build. Probably more of an advanced map. Let's go with something easier. How about... Paradox did what Paradox does. It's James Moore, probably true. Any place with water where I can go fishing is the place for me. Sean Cornwell. Yeah, I don't know. There's just so many good ones. How about something like this here? This one here looks like it has a lot of places for bridges and stuff. That looks like something that could be fun, maybe. Yeah. Let's do that. What do we have available here? Basically everything. You have land connections, rail connections, airplane connections. The only thing that we somehow don't have is ship connections. Yeah, this one here is lacking ship connections. I want to try out everything. So I would say, let's go with something that definitely has ship connections as well available to us, in case we ever want to dabble with something like that. Let's go for it. Apparently we need a city name. Anybody has a good idea for a city name for Coral Riches? And then what else do we have? Do we have a theme? North American or European? Okay, I'm not entirely sure what the difference is. I mean... I do live in North America and I am European, so I don't know what to go for here either. Left-hand traffic, well, that's a hard no. Natural disasters? Sure. That sounds like it would add a little bit of spice to the game here. Unlock all unlimited money? Yeah, we're not going to do any of that. And tutorials? Hell, who needs tutorials anyway? I say screw it. I think we're going to go with the European style. Do we have any kind of city names? Anybody has an idea? BierTopia? Flensburg. Killjoy is here. Says hi, Bia. Hey, Killjoy. And welcome to the stream. Lorenzo is here as well. Also, welcome to the stream for you. BierTopia has now 2 votes. I mean, we might as well. Beers Will says the simple gamer. I can work with that as well. I can work with that. Icarus is just trying to get us some points in Flensburg. In case you are in Germany. Flensburg is the place where you get points on your driver's license if you break the law. I guess we're gonna go with BierTopia. It has 2 votes. That is 1 vote more than anything else. That is an easy solution, I would argue. Paris. We already had Paris. The family and I are heading to Berlin for Christmas, so that's great advice, right? All right, let's go with this, and let's go with the European style. Paris, but worse. We already named an entire planetoid after Paris. So, I think we're good in that front right now. All right, let's check out the game. First and foremost, this is a pretty big map. Look at those graphical glitches. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Not entirely sure why this spawns in and out like this. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even exist. Only when you zoom out very far. That's nice. Yep. That's yeah. All I gotta say. All right, let's check it out. What do we need? We need, of course, several things in the beginning, like every other Cities game that there has ever been, starting probably with SimCity. We need electricity of some kind, and we need water and sewers. But the very nice thing that we can immediately see is that the sewers as well as the power lines are immediately built into the road. So that helps out greatly. Oh, why I've never seen that glitch before? I don't know. I just happened to see it as well, which is quite amazing. But regardless. LOD, level of detail, as you get further from the area, coding way to save resources. I would agree with you, usually, but it's not even there in the first place. It appears the further I zoom out. So it actually adds more stuff that doesn't actually exist when you zoom in, which is, yeah, kind of the opposite of what it's supposed to do, but I guess that's a different topic. All right, either way though. Let's start with our water. We have several options available. You have the water pumping station that we know from Cities Skylines 1. We have the small water tower that we also know from Cities Skylines 1. And we do have the, where's it at? The groundwater pumping station. So now we can see there's also groundwater around here that we could tap into. And we can see if we plop one of them on here, our groundwater reservoir usage would be 13%. So we can actually max this here out and drown out, or better to say, dry out this area here if we use too many of them. So we're probably going to go with a very much standard water pumping station. For that, we want to make sure that we check out these arrows right here to see in which direction our water flows. And apparently it is flowing, yeah, this direction right here. There we go, all the way over here. We want to go upstream. Always want to go upstream. Probably somewhere as close to the edge of our city as possible, somewhere around here. That is going to be our water pumping station. And then we have a sewage outlet. The sewage outlet we want to have on the other side, as far away as possible from our water pumping station, so we are not getting any problems later on. Groundwater you can pollute if you want. Yes, we can also pollute it. Very, very true. All right, that is the first strike. That is what we need. Now we just got to connect it all up somehow with, well, some kind of roads. And we have so many options right here. I don't understand half of them, not going to lie to you. We're going to figure that out as we go. All those different options that we can turn on here, like snap to the sides of a building, snap to 90-degree angles, whatever it may be. We literally have everything available. But we're going to start with a curved road. This is going to be our main spine. We're just going to connect it on here. And maybe let's bring it somewhere kind of like this here, in a little bit of a curved fashion. Well, in this case right here, we actually may want to have it more or less straight, going straight through our city. And then we're going to do some more curvy stuff over here on this side. We're going to branch off of that with a 2-lane road that probably makes the most sense. And we are going to go probably something like this here. Let's see. Something like this here. Let's try to get it along here. Along the coast maybe a little bit. And maybe a little bit along here as well. A little bit further. Yeah, something like this here should look... I was about to say should look better, but this connection right here just really doesn't look natural, does it? That truly sucks. So the angle right here is a little bit questionable. Let's see if we can get this here a little bit better. Maybe something more like this here. Yep, that is more like it. All right, let's turn it over to the other side, and we will branch off with a road that comes over here. Something just like that. There we go. Perfect. That will get the job done. More likely, or most likely. There are some things that we can do right away. For example, I mean, you guys know it. I'm German, I'm European. I do like my roundabouts, especially if we can plop a tree on it. So let's make a nice roundabout right here, and let's see how that works out for us in the long run. Roundabouts are usually highly efficient. That should hopefully work out here as well. Next, though, we will need a little bit more normal roads and streets. We have something like here called the grid editor, and we can literally just go here, build something that's maybe 112 meters long, and we can add this here in. Probably not indefinitely because the road is curved, but we can add it right here. Of course, because the road is slanted, it will mess it up, but that is totally fine for what we are trying to do. So let's go another maybe 112, that should do, and add on to it. There we go. It's really nice that we have this option available because it just saves a hell of a lot of work. There we go. Plop it in. Something just like that. And then down here on the bottom, our sewage, or better to say our water pump down here on the bottom, will also need a connection. And that connection we can just provide to something like this here maybe. And we can see it stopped complaining because it is now connected to our grid. And over here, we can directly plop in a handful of low-density housings, for example, and other stuff that we need. Another nice thing about Cities Skylines II is that for the commercial zones, the penalty has gone away for noise. In Cities Skylines 1, if you had a commercial zone directly beside a residential zone, you got a noise pollution penalty. That penalty is thankfully in the past now, because it just mirrors real life so much better. It doesn't really make sense that you get a penalty for doing what would literally be a normal thing to do in real life. Let's make this area here a little bit bigger. Let's go... How far is this here? Can't really tell exactly, to be very honest with you. Didn't really pay too much attention. I think it's 88. Yeah, that looks about right. That looks about the same. Let's add on to it another 88. We can fit in 2 more right here without a problem. Yeah, that should work. And maybe even 2 more for a good measure. Another 88 right here. And that should make it somewhat straight. Nice. Maybe we can add another connection right here. That should work. And maybe even directly another roundabout. Always nice to have another roundabout right here where our people can drive along and access this area here a tiny little bit easier directly from the beginning, and also come out the end if they happen to live over here. Alright, so far I would argue the beginning doesn't look too bad. Now, of course, to our residential zones. What do we have here? A waterfront housing. Yeah, we don't really have any waterfront right this second. Let's just put in a few grids on here, something like this here maybe. And then let's add directly some commercial zones on the outside along here as well as maybe along this main street right here, I'm thinking. Yeah, that should be good. Then we can make these areas here directly more housing as well, with a little bit of commercial all around it. That should work just like a charm. Maybe some more right here for our housing development. All right, so far so good. Next thing on the list that we need is power. And power, of course, does... Yeah, well, unless we have a lot of air right here. It doesn't look like it. Wind power, I mean, well, actually, we do have a lot of wind power available. That should actually work just perfectly in our favor. If we can put that over here somewhere, it actually produces 3.26 megawatts. Luckily, computers don't mess up roundabouts. Yeah. Over here we have 3.5, but the wind speed is too low. Over here we have full 5 megawatts. We basically have to come over here. I mean, that is a no-brainer. Because when we take a look right here, they cost 25,000 and give us 5 megawatts with an upkeep of 7,500 a month. Where here, we pay up to 45,000 a month. It costs us 10,000 and it puts out 20 megawatts. So we can literally just build 4 of these right here, get the exact same output, and pay a hell of a lot less. So we should probably do something like that. The only problem is, if it's over here, we will need to connect it with an electric cable somehow. And that always sucks a tiny little bit. But what can we do here? Let's see. We can connect it up to, not like this, like there. And let's bring it, at least temporarily, until we have a better solution, all the way over here. And then connect it up to the street right here somewhere. Maybe we can do it a little bit better. Come here, here, and connect it up to the road. That should get the job done. So we have everything that we need to get started. Now we can play the game for the first time. Our bare basic infrastructure should be working. All right. Let's see what we can get here. Well, there's one thing that I forgot, of course. All the way back here, this here is not connected to anything. So we need to connect this here. And really the animation here sucks a little bit. It kind of snaps to it. So we need to be careful that we set this here up properly. And bring it all the way over to our closest road. Which would probably be back here, as a matter of fact. Yeah, there we go. Let's just make sure it actually plops in here properly. It kind of looks a little bit odd down here on the bottom. But it will get the job done. It should hook it up like this. And now, when we zoom out and play it, we should hopefully get rid of this problem right here. Let's see. Yep, at least all of our buildings are not complaining about a lack of sewage anymore. Alright, the cranes are here, the buildings are being built, and we should hopefully get some population in soon as soon as the first buildings have been built. Of course, so far we have completely neglected any kind of industry, but we will get to that very, very shortly. First of all, let's just watch those buildings here being built. And so far the game does run pretty smooth though. I mean, there are definitely some graphical issues like those fences here. The game really does not like to render those, does it? Any kind of angle and you're completely screwed. You just zoom out a tiny little bit and it becomes a complete mess right here. Just look at that. But other than that, it's actually a pretty good looking game, not gonna lie. Don't really have too many complaints yet. We will see how that goes the longer we play it. Let's turn up the speed a little bit more here. So the buildings are getting built. We can see the demand for the industrial is rising and rising and rising. So we will need that very, very soon. But for right this moment, it should be fine. When we take a look at our power plant right here, it's just fine, producing the full 5 megawatts it can produce. And on top of that, we even have some upgrades like solar assistance, a solar panel that increases the power output during the daytime. Costs us 1500 and can put out between 0 and 2 megawatts on top of everything else. Really nice that we have now upgrades available for our building right out of the box. So the game that we are playing right now, by the way, is completely unmodded. This is about the rate of building housing that I'm used near to me. I mean, we are plopping him out of the ground. We have the first 20 people living here. They're coming in, using our roundabout. They actually know how to do it, which is nice to see. Can't say that about a lot of people, but we are in Europe here. So that definitely speaks volumes. Looks like I messed the grid up here a tiny little bit, but that's fine. Other than that, 57 people. Slowly but steadily, they're moving in. We can see the cars, even a hatchback, even tells us what car it is. That's actually amazing. What do we have here? City car. What are you? Another hatchback. Well, that works. So far, so good. I would say let's take a look at our industry. Because when we go into the industrial zoning right here, it immediately shows us the wind because the pollution created by the industrial manufacturing can be spread out by the wind and it can seep down into our groundwater. So we need to be careful with those sort of things unless we just decide to not care. For example, I mean, the best place for it would really be right here, but we don't own this area. So maybe we can set it out because we should be able at 750 XP to get it. And maybe we can get there just by building a little bit more residential areas without any kind of industrial areas. Let's see if we can do precisely that maybe. Another 2-lane road. Let's build it a little bit more slanted, or better to say, curved, I suppose. And let's see if we come maybe all the way back here out and build another road. Kind of goes all the way up here. And let's see if we can tack on a tiny little bit of a grid right here. Probably not. I don't think we have enough space. Nah, that's not gonna fly. What about down here? How much space do we have at a 90-degree angle? Still not enough. 73 meters is just not quite enough for a grid. Here we have 82 meters. Even that is too small, really. But I guess we could always just tack it on kind of like this here. Let's see. without connecting it down there on the bottom left. That's what I'm currently looking at in case you're wondering. Yeah, we could do this here. That should be just fine. And let's add on some industrial ones. Sorry, some not commercial ones, some residential zones. And here we have those waterfronts. Let's put the waterfronts along, well, surprise, surprise, with water right here. And add the rest into the middle right here. That should hopefully work out for us and get us over the threshold that we are looking for. A couple more commercial zones maybe along here. And nope, don't want to delete these here. That was not intended. And let's see if we can build that. And maybe while we're at it, of course, we could have seen it coming. Another roundabout right around here. Alright, so far so good. Let's see if we can make it up to 750 before we need to go into the industrial zones. Is it just me or is it seriously hot out here? Yeah. It's not just you. It's definitely not just you. It is bloody hot. At least where I'm located, it is bloody hot. Come on, give me those extra couple XP. There we are. Milestone number 1 is unlocked. You're getting an extra 25,000 money, which is really not that much. And right here we get those 3 expansion permits. And of course also 1 development point. We can open up the progression panel, which shows us exactly what we get with the tiny village. For example, our loan limit now is 100,000 in case we should need it. We can get some extra map tiles, the city budget, some more taxation options, and so on and so forth. And through all of those options right here, all of those milestones, we are getting more and more stuff, which is always a good thing. But let's go to development. We have 1 point available. And we can choose one of a couple of things right here with our 1 point. Really not that much, honestly. We can build a crematorium, I suppose. We can get us an emergency battery station. Or more roundabouts. Or advanced road services. And I definitely want to get advanced road services. So let's do that right away. All right. Riley Whetstone is here. Says, hello. Hello, Riley. How are you doing today? Elfie's at 104 and smoky outside my apartment. Well, that doesn't sound good. Roundabouts always felt weird in this game, less useful than in CS1. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't have enough hours in Cities Skylines II to actually know. I guess we will find out how that works out once the city grows and we can see what the traffic demands are. 99 Fahrenheit in Northern Cali right now. 74 Fahrenheit in South Dakota. Well, where I'm located, I cannot tell you what it is in Fahrenheit because I don't know the Fahrenheit. But it has currently at 7:23 p.m. Let me check. 29 degrees Celsius. So I'm sure somebody can do the math here, what that would be in Fahrenheit. Alright, either way though, now we can get to this view right here. And we can get us more tiles. And like I said, I really want this tile here. And potentially even the tile right beside it. What does it cost? 79k? Yeah, we can't afford 79k. I would say we get these 2 tiles right here. And right here along the waterfront right here. In this direction, we're probably going to build our industrial zone. Let's make that happen. And let's take a peek at it. We do have the groundwater here. Even though the truth is, this would be a really nice extension to our residential zone. Maybe we should go over here. I just don't like the wind direction too much. I guess we could get by if we build it far enough out here. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe that is the better option. 29C is 84 Fahrenheit. I trust you on that one, David. Still, though, I'm not jealous of your 99 Fahrenheit, though. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Alright, maybe, yeah. Maybe I should change the plan and get that up here to the top. First of all, though, every time we get a milestone, we get new buildings unlocked for, in this case right here, a small medical clinic and a medical clinic, as well as a death care with a cemetery. We need to implement those basically right away because you can already see it. People will start complaining. Right here, you can see it right away. As soon as we unlock something, they won't be happy if we don't implement it instantly. So let's see what we can do here. Patient capacity, ambulances. We can probably get away with a small one to start with. There's really nothing stopping us. And I think a pretty good space for it, maybe right around here. Let's see if we can destroy as little other stuff that has already been built as possible. Maybe right there. That should work. I wish it was 99. 111 today. Good grief. Good grief, Kionis. I don't know how often I've told you that, but I am not jealous. I am not jealous at all. For our desk here, right here, we have our cemetery, which creates +3 well-being within 300 meters. Who knows why that would be. And also +3 indoor recreation, which is an even bigger question mark. We're just going to ignore that, because none of that makes any sense. Who would want to live right beside a cemetery? I don't know. I don't. But having it close to your city is actually a benefit in this particular case. Maybe we can plop it down here somewhere. It has no, it has no pollution, no nothing. The only problem is it will interfere with our grid. We may have to wait with that a minute. Because it's so big, we may have to come up with an extra space for it over here somewhere. That should be easily to be done. But also at the same time, of course, recycling, or better to say, just trash, garbage in general. We do have now a landfill. The landfill should be as far away as possible from our city. Let's plop it all the way back here. And yeah, we need to also lay out an area for our landfill. And thankfully, we have a pretty big space right here that is currently unused. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Apparently, we're starting on the right side, not on the left. With a 90-degree angle, let's come all the way up here. And let's see if we can make that somewhat straight here. Yeah, apparently I built it a little bit too high straight. But the storage capacity right here is 526 tons. I would argue that is plenty. I guess we can still make it somewhat straight here. Yeah, you're fine. Let's just make this here the landfill. Wait, when does it stop? How do I stop it? I'm not entirely sure. Just right click? No, that just deletes it. So that's an invalid shape, but you are done now. Enter? No. Escape? No. So now you have none. I guess we're going to figure this one here out. That is also new, not something that has existed before. Now it's just this tiny little area right here. Drag node to move it. You know, how about that? Wouldn't that make a... Yeah, there we go. That makes life a hell of a lot easier. That is more what I was looking for. Perfect. Either way, though, now we can plop in our industrial area. I thought this was the Tortured Dupes show. That happens Saturdays. The Tortured Dupe show is every Saturday, roughly at 3 p.m. There's a nuclear plant, but don't let Homer or Dialtov, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but I know who you mean from Rhineland, control the reactor. Homer. Yes. No. Okay, let's see if we can get off back here, maybe. Somewhere around here. Let's try to build this one here a little bit straighter. It's an industrial area. It doesn't have to have any kind of prettiness to it, if you ask me. It just needs to be functional. Let's see, how big can we make this thing here? The earlier ones we made 112. How about we try 184? How would that look? Oh yeah, that works perfectly out in our favor. Let's bring it down to right around here. I just want to see, when does it add another road? Let's see. Right there. If we make it this big, perfect. Couldn't be much better than that. That was 184. Let's bring it back again. And let's see if we can make that straight. And double it up. And this here is going to be our industrial area. At least for right now. We do have groundwater over here. Who cares about a little bit of groundwater pollution? With a big grid up front, the smaller grids behind it. That looks pretty good to me. Alright, let's see if we can plop this in. And hopefully the demand should go down almost instantly. Perfect. Pretty nice to see that even before it is actually all the way built, it still goes down basically instantly. And of course, yeah, we're not going to deal with this kind of nonsense right here. By the way, what we unlocked earlier, right here, road services. With the road services, we can do a lot of things. Like, for example, we don't like traffic lights. We can just get rid of them or place them back in. So basically, this is the TMPE mod for Cities Skylines already built into the game. Can't complain about that. We can play the American game here and add four-way stops. Not on my watch, though. Definitely not. So we are probably just going to get rid of everything right here and just have yield signs. And that should get the job done. Should be literally this simple. There shouldn't be anything else needed for a street like this here. Just like it should be in the States, if you ask me. This here is the main street. Everybody who is on a main street should always be first, and this is the side street, and they yield. Simple. Very simple concept. Alright, we are still waiting for a hearse over here, so we probably should do something about that, rather earlier than later. Wait, how did you get so much money to start? I don't know. How much did we start with? I have no idea. I didn't do anything. There are no mods, there are no extensions, no nothing. No hacks, no cheats. I think I started with 1 million, if I'm not wrong. Remember to check wind direction. Yeah, the wind direction is actually shown right here, and I think we can get away with that barely, because I think the distance is big enough. I really hope so. I guess we will have to find out the hard way here. But I believe we are far enough away that we should be somewhat okay. Alright, either way though, let's build us some more roads over here. Let's go straight over from this road right here. That is our main line. And let's come all the way through here. Then down here on the riverfront. How do those houses here look, by the way? Those have huge ass gardens attached, but so do the other ones. So what really is the difference between the low density housing and the low density waterfront housing? Because I really can't tell. Also, the ones that are actually directly on the river, or better to say on our lake right here, it's basically more lake than anything else. There are no boats, there is no nothing. I literally can't tell the difference between the two houses. They're the same, if you ask me. Like, what's the difference between this house and that house? It's the same damn thing. Well, we have them both though, so I guess nobody can complain. Before we level up though, let's add a little bit extra to our grid right here. I think we're going to build our hearse down here on the bottom. It should be a perfect space for it. Let's build it once again in 112 height. I have found that to be a pretty good height. It also matches something that is really done in real life as well, so that's probably not the worst idea. Let's bring it over as far as we can. Plop it in. And let's do it one more time at 112. Bring it over. I'm pretty sure that wasn't 112 though. That does not look like 112. I must have moved the mouse in the wrong direction at one point. Because 112 is this size right here. Yeah. These here are too high, but that's fine. As long as we can cover the most ground here, we should be golden. The only thing we have to do now is, of course, we need to set up our low-density housing. And I think I'm going to go with the low-density housing right here. And then with the medium-density housing a little bit further in the back right here. Something just like this. That should get the job done. We will need some commercial zones as well, so let's tack those on here in the back. And that should be good. It wasn't working because the endpoint was at the other corner. I see. I see. Build crossover diamonds everywhere and just switch driving sides randomly. I like that idea. You know, those crossover diamonds are actually highly efficient. Probably some of the most efficient ways that you can build a on-off ramp to an interstate. A lot of people don't believe it, but it is actually true. It is actually true. Right here, can we plop that in without interfering with a hell of a lot of things? Well, it will kill our water supply, but who needs that anyway, right? That's a problem. Let's see, can we build this here maybe slightly differently, in a slightly different angle? Let's get rid of the street right here. And let's grab us this road here once again. Let's make it straight instead. Just a standard sized road though. And let's bring it straight down to right around here. Yeah, not in grids, please, just straight. There we go. Selected the wrong tool. If we now plot this somewhere right here, and then angle on the bottom our road slightly over. It's not gonna look that nice, I suppose, but it will work. And then maybe now we have enough space for our cemetery right here. There we go. That's more like it. That's what I was looking for. My ancestors are from Germany. They came to the United States in the 1700s. That is pretty amazing, honestly. That is quite amazing. Imagine the struggles they must have faced crossing the Atlantic in the 1700s. It must have been completely insane. Alright, so far so good. The only problem is that our only access point is right here. We will have to change that eventually. Probably give them another access point, mainly somewhere over here, because our medium residential areas right here will require quite a lot of traffic. But for right now, in the beginning, we should be fine. At this point, we literally just have to watch it grow, and then take a look right here. Once we reach the next stage, we will have to implement a few more things, like, for example, education is going to come in clutch. We definitely have to build some elementary schools and some high schools to make sure that all of our citizens are properly educated, and then also pay more taxes. Because we have the city economy right here, we can open that up. Right at the moment, taxation is at 10%, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that is just fine. Not a big fan of taxes myself, so, might as well keep it low. We are also only 5,000 an hour in the negative right now. We should be able to make up for that pretty soon. The new grid section is one big cul-de-sac. It really is. It really is. We should really also connect it again, just to give a little bit extra access along here, to be very honest. That would be a hell of a lot nicer. It's just not a really good way to do it, because I built them not the same. And there's our next milestone. We can see what we got. Our loan limit was increased. You have the production panels. We have the medium density housing in NA and EU. Did we already have that? Textile fiber farming, and of course education. So that is the next thing that we need to implement really badly. So let's do that right away, but first of all, let's connect at least this here up. Did you put more traffic lights here? Yeah, you better not. You better not. Don't want to see any damn traffic lights that slow down my traffic. There we go. Maybe you can use the coast for a harbor. You can use the coast for a harbor, but you gotta unlock it first at some point later. I'm not entirely sure when that happens, but at least in Cities Skylines 1, you had to unlock it later in the game. But right at the moment, we have the small elementary school, the city elementary school, the small high school, the high school, and of course, the city high school as well. And when we take a look right here, currently, we have 58 eligible people for elementary school and 96 for high school. Even the small elementary school has a capacity of 400 students. So it is really just fine that we start with something like this here and keep the upkeep to 5K instead of spending 12.5K for 1,000 students right away. So in this case here, starting out small may be a pretty good idea. Let's see where we can put that bad boy. I usually try to build it somewhere in here, but it just barely doesn't fit. I guess we could put it right there. That should work. With a small elementary school and with our small high school, we have also a student capacity of 400. Here we may want to go bigger right away, though. Yeah. Also, it scales up linearly, so we should probably go for the bigger one. It's just a question of which one we like better. When I come in here, which button was that? There's a button for it. It's actually escape. That's funny. With the escape button, I can get rid of the overview, and we can actually take a closer look at what the building looks like. That thing here is just humongous. Yeah, it takes up too much space. We're going to go with the city one, that's for sure. It's just a matter of where can we plop it. Let's see. Probably closer to the medium density, because more people are living in this area than probably in all of this area here combined. Gotta always keep that in mind as well. Probably just right beside here. That should work. Perfect. Alright. Our money is low. It did cost us 300K, but it is definitely worth it. And we are losing currently 7,700 an hour. So we need to be just a little bit more careful and generate a little bit more cash. We do have a relatively high demand for low density residential. So we should probably do something about that. And this area right here is, of course, perfect for it. It is right in front of us. It is close to the water. People are gonna love it. So we might as well utilize it properly. Let's try the 112 grid once again. Let's bring it over. Let's make sure it is actually 112. Can we get 112, please? Yep. And can we fit that in here one more time before we hit the waterfront? Yes, we can. Perfect. There we go. And let's plop this here in. And let's fulfill the demand right away for low-density residential. Nice. Just all along here. And maybe down here we once again gonna put in the waterfront. Maybe that does something. Not entirely sure. I guess we will find out. Pop musician mention. We have it unlocked, which is a very good thing. Because those buildings really don't cost anything. At least I didn't in the first. And it's still very true. You can't just plop those anywhere. And they just have a positive attribute. Like in this case here, +2 well-being within 500 meters. That's quite a lot of wood. And that's perfect. We're just going to plop it somewhere right here. That is where our pop star is going to live. And is just going to enhance this entire area here around it in a 500 meter radius. Ryan says, does the landfill border with the water because there is your water source? The landfill is over here. This here is not the water source. That's actually the water outlet. So I don't think it matters. This is polluted either way. There's nothing we can do about it. And the game crashed. We have the first game crash. Cities Skylines for you. Isn't that nice? All right, let's try this again and see if we can make it longer than 30 minutes without crashing the game. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe I should have tried that before streaming, but like I said, the last time I played it was for 5 hours when it came out, and I went back to Cities Skylines 1 after that. And I figured we would try Cities Skylines 2 and see if they have put a little bit more work into it. Maybe the answer to that is no. We will see. I hope it did at least autosave. I'm not entirely sure what my autosave is actually set to. Looks like this is, yeah, that's where it stopped. Right here and right here, that hasn't been built. But it looks like this area here has survived, and our schools are not here yet either. We're still in the tiny village. Now let's check out the settings right here. Autosave intervals is every 5 minutes. Let's make that a little bit more often. How about that? All right, let's try this one more time. Maybe they put some work in it, but it will be in the next DLC. It may well be. It may well be. I figured I would give this game a chance. I mean, one crash is okay. You know, can't happen to the best of us. But this keeps happening. You're gonna have a problem here. You're gonna have an actual problem here. 112 meters is what we wanted, and we're gonna get it. If the game likes it or not, it is going to happen. There we go. Let's plop that here in, just like before, and the waterfront on the top. And we should be good. And then down here on the bottom, yeah, as soon as we have our schools, we will put them in. But for right now, yeah. Riley says I need a better computer before I get CS2. You may want to hold on getting it at all. So yeah. Our Popstar building is back. And our milestone is back, the same one that we just had. We're just going to do the exact same thing. The small elementary school is going to live. We don't even have that road in here that we put in earlier. Let's grab that road once again and plop it in straight. And let's go right here. And then, of course, our city high school right beside it over here. All right, we're back before the crash. Let's see if that will this time survive a tiny little bit longer. Wouldn't that be nice? You're still losing 7,784, exactly as before. You're off one tile for the grid, really? Am I? Yes, I am. You son of a gun. You son of a gun. That'd still be fine, though. I mean, it does slow traffic down here a tiny little bit, though. More than if it were straight, that's for damn sure. What if we put a roundabout in? That's a solution for all problems. There's always a roundabout. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Beautiful. What could possibly go wrong? James says you are the best of us and it sure happened to you. I was referring to the game, not myself. It happens to the best games, I meant. What do we have down here? No electricity. Are we low on power? Apparently so, yes. We should probably upgrade our wind turbines right here. Should be pretty simple and straightforward though. All we have to do is put more of them right beside each other. And like I said, if we build 4 of them right here right beside each other, no problem whatsoever. Can I please hook that up? Can we not do that? Can I not connect them together? Apparently not. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. There we go. That's what I wanted. There we go. Guess I just have to zoom in a little bit more and I can actually connect that here as that should be. And connect them all together. And now our power output is 20 megawatts, the exact same as a small coal power plant, but with no upkeep cost. Or at least not. We're not having to buy coal, to be very precise here. We still have upkeep, to be very precise, $30,000 a month. But at the same time, it is still a hell of a lot lower than a small coal power plant. And that should be good enough for a good while. This and heavy lag in the endgame is not a bug in Paradox game, it's a feature. I only managed just over 2 hours in this game. Before I started the stream, I had 5 hours in it, and I managed those 5 hours, like I said, when the game came out. And then I never touched it again up until today. I mean, it was still a Cities Skylines game. I do have a few hours, let me put it that way, in Cities Skylines 1. Heavily modded, of course, because otherwise it's basically unplayable. But here, I really like the idea of it. Like, the concept is good. You took the best idea from the mods and put it into the base game. There's really not much to complain about that, honestly. But yeah, this lag right here that you're seeing is, by the way, the game saving. That is actually not actual lag, it's just a saving lag. We don't have any demand. People are still moving in. Houses are being built. Demands are being met. There's really not much going on. What exactly are you complaining about? High rent. A higher zone density or different zoning might be needed. Yeah, well, just how that goes sometimes. We will get more higher density zoning. But currently, you're not really caring for it, though. You're complaining, but you're also not caring for it. It's also hilarious that our pop star is complaining about high rent. I also have ... a few hours in CS1. That's funny. What did we get? Fire rescue and police as well. And of course, our loan limit has increased. We have more development points. Currently a total of 5 available. We can take a look what we can do with 5 points. We could get a gas power plant or emergency battery station. I think we don't need any of that. A water treatment plant would be a good thing, though. Because currently we're just letting all the wastewater go straight out into our river. Never a good thing. The crematorium is definitely saving a lot more space than more and more cemeteries. There's no question about it. Incinerator would help us getting, or better to say, emptying out the landfill. Always a good thing as well. A college. Can't afford that really, so there's not really a point for that. Firewatch tower. A small emergency shelter. We should have one of those because we do have natural disasters turned on. So let's unlock that, as well as a welfare office. Probably a good idea because it does lower crime quite drastically, or at least it did in the first game. How few is a few hours in City Skylines? Nowhere near as much as in Oxygen Not Included. I would have to look, but I'm pretty sure it's like 400 or something, or something around that number. More than enough, though. Firehouse, City Firehouse. What do we have here? 12,000. So we get 2 extra fire engines for 2K a month. That would actually be not the worst deal I've ever heard of. We should build that somewhere closer over to the right side because we do want to cover, of course, this area here as well. Our industrial area. So let's see if we can put that maybe up here onto this branch of the main street. That shouldn't impair our traffic too much, but at the same time, hopefully give us good coverage. We don't need the shelter yet, but we have it available when we need it, and we are running low on cash right now, so the police station will have to wait. Let's see if we can increase our taxes just a tiny little bit, maybe 2% extra. I know they start complaining in the first game at around 14, 13%. So let's see if 12% makes them complain in the second game. That usually happens instantly when you do so. I don't see really too many complaints, so it should be okay. Should be okay. Wastewater is water. Rivers are where water lives. I mean, I'm sure if you have enough hours in it, at least, all of us have built a wastewater river of some kind before. I'm at like 380 hours, just a fake fan. I'm probably right around there too. Probably right around there too. I don't know. It becomes kind of repetitive if you do it over and over again, you know. Of course, you could try different things, but eventually that. I mean, you're always, at the end of the day, building a city. That's what it comes down to. We are running lower and lower on money. What we could do is, we could try to export our extra energy. I know that works in this game, but I don't know exactly how. I do know we have these power lines coming in. The question is just, how do we export the extra power and make some money from that? That would be a good thing to do. Transformer station transforms high voltage currents coming from a power plant to low voltage current usable by buildings. Connecting a transformer station to a power line from the outside connection allows for importing and exporting electricity. So that's basically what we are looking for here. It requires a road. Who knows why? Okay, so it connects just like that. That makes it easy. Let's check this here out. If I build this bad boy, and I connect this right here, straight over to this power line, what is happening? Probably nothing, because we're still lacking a road. Let's plop one in here real quick and see how that exactly works. Where is the entrance to that thing? Right around here. So the road should be right there as well. Try to build this thing here somewhat straight. That is a long-ass road that we need. It doesn't have to be very pretty, at least not for testing purposes. Where's the 90-degree angle? Are you telling me that's a 90-degree angle? Are you actually drunk, sir or madam? There is a 0% chance that's a 90-degree angle. Maybe to the back here. How about I do something like this here? Yeah. That looks somewhat straight, at least, on a piece of paper. Still, though, we can't build it that far. Why? I can build it to right there. And now it's connected and happy. Are we exporting power now? We're not. Can I click on here and say export power? Cannot. Not in. It's a 90-degree angle in Fahrenheit. Just a basic gravel service road should be fine. Everything is straight if you zoom in far enough. You do have a very good point. This road right here, I don't see a problem with it. It's perfect. Look at it. I mean, that's fine. Totally flat. All good. It's actually because this building here is not straight to compared to this outside line here. But how in the hell do I export power? Do I have to turn that on somewhere? The amount of electricity currently being imported or exported. If I turn on the game, now we are exporting. The game was just paused. So it automatically exports any excess that we have, and it automatically imports anything extra we need. That should be good. Now we're down to losing only 800. Very good. Yeah, bring in that sweet, sweet energy money that we are producing. Very, very friendly to the environment with our few turbines right here. That's pretty good. You need to connect the wind with the power lines. Yep. You can tell it's European road because there are no potholes. Oh, God. I wouldn't go quite that far. We do have our fair share of potholes over there. Yeah, you can clearly tell the difference between this medium residential area and this low residential area. There's not a single car on the side of the road, and here it's just everywhere. We do need to make a tiny little bit of money, though. I would prefer not to take out a loan, but we may not have a chance. Usually I try to avoid it as much as possible, but what can you do? what can you do at the end of the day? Let's see if we can get more housing in here. We do need both residential. Better to say both low density and high density residential. Let's build this road all the way up to right there. And let's see, can I see ground pollution? Where would that be? Right around here. Really not too bad yet. Really not too bad yet. What about groundwater? I guess that doesn't count as water pollution if it's groundwater. Yeah, I don't really see anything. I'm actually surprised that this here doesn't cause any kind of pollution yet. Maybe it's not enough. That's probably the problem. Either way though, let's spend our last few bucks for some extra grid. Let's see, right around here maybe. And let's keep our distance at least a little bit. Let's make it 144 maybe. And let's bring it along here. Again, it's never going to be straight because our road is slanted, but it's fine. Let's bring it until the bigger bend starts, right around here. Bring it back out to another 144. I guess we can only do 145 for some reason. It's quite interesting. But sure, let's do 145 then. Now we can do 144 again. And let's plop it on here. And let's plop in down here on the bottom, closer to the, or better to say further away from the main road. We should probably do mainly low density. And let's do medium density up here, closer to our main road. And for good measure, because they will need it eventually, we are going to put in some businesses along the outskirts. And let's see if we can hopefully bring in a little bit more taxes here. Luigi says, good evening, B. Not a fan of CS2, but I wish you all a bunch of fun. Thanks, Luigi. You know, we can't all like the same games, and truth be told, I still don't know if I like this game. So, we will see. Everybody's immediately about the dog. I love it. Yep, the old poodle is still going strong here, of course. Okay, let's see. We will need eventually a little bit more industrial because we only have one piece of grid and another tiny little piece right there left that we can utilize. Let's try to add on to the other side. Well, we should probably wait another minute because we are still losing money. Can we get away with not having to take out a loan? Let's see. They're all good dogs, Beer. I agree. I love animals of all kinds, mainly dogs, though. So you don't have to tell me twice, words. There's a dog, I will cuddle it. Come hell or high water. It is happening. Still don't have police. I'm actually surprised I don't see more complaints about it. As a matter of fact, I don't see any. I guess we are for defunding the cops. Cool. Works for me because I don't have any fun for the cops, if they like it or not. All dogs go to heaven, they sure as hell do. They sure as hell do. And no dog ever has been born evil. Come on, move in so I can get more of your sweet, sweet tax money. I do like that style of house, though. I don't know. Something weird is going on. As soon as you zoom out, like the graphics when you zoom in are really good. Let's be real here. That looks like a really well-constructed house. We just ignore the balconies here. Everything else, though, looks pretty damn good. But the moment you zoom out just a tiny little bit, the anti-aliasing is going completely nuts. I don't understand. Like, something weird is going on with this graphics engine that I cannot remember to that degree from CS1 at all. Very, very odd. But we are actually making cash right now. We are cash flow positive, which is a really good thing this early into the game. Usually, or better to say most likely, you will have to take out a loan at around this area. Okay, looking good. How much more space do we have in here? Oh my goodness, we only have 13 tons stored. We are just fine. We're just totally fine here. We do need still more low-density residential areas. Huh. Always dreaming of a cane Corso, but due to work times, it can't be done properly. Let's see. Let's add on a little. Actually, our demand just went down. I'm not entirely sure why that is, because we haven't built anything, so theoretically it shouldn't be able to go down, but what can you do, I suppose? Can we make a smaller grid that we tack on right here, maybe? Maybe something very small. Maybe a 92-meter grid? Just without actually connecting to this road. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to avoid. Let's see, right around here. Close to the... Almost said interstate. That is a lot of things, but not an interstate. Can even go out to 102 meters. Yeah, that works. But instead of having businesses right here, we are going to add in a tiny little bit more low-density housing. That should do it. That should do it. And we are getting cash in 1,700. Very, very nice. Next thing on the list will be a small police station for 100k though. But we will probably still have to get a loan just to afford that. Generally speaking, it's not too bad. I have started in CS1 a hell of a lot worse. Mainly. Demand has gone down because they don't want to be there anymore. They are overall pretty happy though. They're complaining about high taxes, which is still fine though, but they have spacious homes, they're wealthy, abundance of leisure time, and they're in the walking distance to the elementary school. What else could you possibly want? We have a little bit of traffic going on right here, and our next milestone unlocked, which gives us 100k. Yeah, that is also not exactly how you use a roundabout. What are you guys doing here? Are you drunk? Those mofos gotta be drunk. What if I get rid of the roundabout? Will that make it better? Because you did say that roundabouts do not work that well, and I can't tell why you would say that, because again, that is not how a roundabout works in CS1 or in any way, shape, or form ever. So what if I rip this bad boy here out and just connect it up as a normal road? What we definitely gonna get rid of though is, of course, the traffic lights. Screw those. Where are you going with your camper? Yeah, traffic here is just a complete disaster. Let's try to find a solution for that. First and foremost, what could we do here? Most of the traffic is inbound to the city. Well, probably because they're all moving in right now. And most of the traffic wants to go left. So, first of all, can we change that here like we could in the mod in the first game? We can say, don't go straight. But we cannot do that for a specific lane. We can just do it for everything. Well, that's a problem. That is a problem. We can add a crosswalk. A wide sidewalk, grass. Road maintenance depot. None of that is really helpful right now. No left turn. I definitely don't want to have no left turn. That's not it. Yeah. This thing here may have to be heavily modded, because that's not it. If US road networks have taught me anything, just add more lanes. Oh god. If that doesn't work, add more until it works. Yeah. Very, very true. I wished I could TMPE the roundabouts. I think they're concerned at the lack of gameplay. Yeah, I'm kind of worried about this intersection right here, because with the tools that we have available without a mod, it's a problem. That is a problem. Without proper modding, truth be told, I don't know what to do right here, because usually I would just split the lanes up with who is going straight and who is turning. Can't do that here though. We can't just make the entire intersection and not by lane, which is a massive issue here. You know, we could try brute force. We actually don't have access to bigger roads, which is a problem. I was about to say, let's screw it and let's just make it bigger roads, but we really don't have bigger roads available right now. Corundrum condos, another signature building. That's neat. Doesn't help though. We don't even have asymmetric roads, do we? No. We could make it completely different though. we could try to come and make this road here a 2-lane. How would I do that even? There's also a button for that in the first game. Can I just overwrite this road here? Is that how that works? Apparently not. Cool. How do I make this one here a 1-lane road? Or a one-way road, not a 1-lane road. Where would that be? That is contour lines, snapping. Replace. There we go. That's the right button. No, that's what I'm looking for. If I make this road here specifically an inbound lane, we are only going in on this direction, and we are specifically going out on the other side. Maybe that would get the job done, at least temporarily. One inbound lane right here, and everybody who wants to leave has to take a different route. And that route we could maybe tack on right here. Unfortunately, I don't have any pre-built ones, and I really suck at building roads. Because it's just not user-friendly at all. Especially I don't know the controls here. It used to be page up. It is still page up, so that's good. Let's see if we can bring that up here. We don't even have enough space right here. Let's do it all the way over here in the corner, maybe. Let's bring this here up. It's going to be in a slight angle, but what can you do? The only problem is it's too close here. I don't have enough space to tack on both sides. Where could I put a proper intersection? Maybe right here. That could be barely enough space available. Let's see here. I bring this here up to right there. Bring it over and back down the other side. Somewhat of the same length, maybe. Something like this here. There we go. Would be pretty straightforward. And then we're gonna bring one-way roads, not replace them. Where is your substation service road just attached to half of your highway? Yes, it is. It doesn't do anything, though. It doesn't do anything. And it doesn't matter either, because the substation doesn't need anything. Nothing's being delivered or brought here ever, so it shouldn't make a difference. Let's see if we can build this here with a curved road. Bring this over and attach it right here. Something like that. And attach it right here. And bring it over, not like this. You should curve it, not build it. Preferably. Attach it here. Yeah, there we go. Something like this here. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't properly know how to build this here symmetrical with the tools I have available without spending an insane amount of time to make this here happen. So it will have to do with something cobbled together like this here. And that should get the job done, hopefully. That will allow us another entry and exit route to our city. What do we have up here, by the way? And the traffic lights? Sure, why not? Why not? A very, very simple interchange. Nothing crazy going on here. And yeah, just making sure there is nope, there are no stop signs. We're good. But yes, you're right. It is just tagged on to, quote-unquote, half of my highway. But that should hopefully split up the traffic a tiny little bit. Do we have a traffic overview here? We do. We do have a traffic overview here. I'm not entirely sure where all you guys are going, because back here you don't have an exit. Yeah, you're coming from this side right now through the city over. And that's where you end up. Yeah, these roundabouts here may actually be detrimental to the actual game, which is absolutely insane. Because usually they're the #1 way to alleviate traffic in Cities Skylines 1. Here it looks like it's making everything a gazillion times worse. Which is crazy. Oh, half the traffic just disappeared. Cool. Of course, that is another way to solve our problems, I suppose. You just delete a roundabout and the game is like, I don't know what to do anymore, let's just delete half of it. Alright then, cool. Another way to handle the problem, I guess. So as long as the traffic flow is normal, they actually know how to use it properly, but at the moment it becomes slightly congested, they have no idea how to handle it. That is complete insanity. It's like you already made this game once before. You just had to take what you already had and improve upon it. Apparently that didn't work. It felt like roundabouts were worse than traffic lights. That is exactly what it looks like. It literally looks like that roundabouts are worse than traffic lights in this game. Also, what was that very low render of this pickup truck here a second ago? Only the pickup truck, though. I just happened to catch it for just a split second. Crazy. Alright, it looks like this traffic problem here has been solved, though. Probably also because we have it now here. I figured as much. And the main reason is that we do have not really much traffic in this intersection, but traffic is just stopped due to the traffic lights. That's usually what happens in the first game as well. Usually if you get rid of them, traffic flows a lot more freely. Let's see if that at least works. Yeah, it's kind of like this here. Yeah, I feel like that is already a hell of a lot better. Because the outbound traffic is so much less than the inbound traffic, that having the inbound traffic constantly being stopped is insane. That game still has Twitter. Reality does not have Twitter anymore. 1-0 for the game. You do have a good point there. Even though the first thing, one of the first mods that I've ever installed is getting rid of this goddamn bird. That was literally one of the first things I did. Not even a joke. Okay, we do have now a good chunk of money. We are making 6,000 an hour. So we are doing pretty decent right now. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy another tile over here. Let's see what that costs. 39k, we can afford that. Let's grab it. Because right here I'm going to tack on more more housing, because we do need now high density residential. And for that we are going to build this bad boy here once again. So we have several inlets and outlets into our city. Definitely a hell of a lot better than a single street. Also later on, we can maybe put some office areas into this area right here. That would be the perfect place for it, because we have a high demand for it. And the accessibility should be pretty nice if we just tack it onto this main road right here. Which is also not tacked on straight, I just realized. Why? Why can we not build something straight onto a road? Gotta be a setting somewhere. Probably one of those toggles right here that I need to turn off to make that happen. But there are just so bloody many of them. It's not even funny. But either way around, medium roads, I believe. No, we don't have medium roads. We have normal roads. Right here, this kind of road. That is straight. Let's tack onto our existing grid. All the way down. Something like this. We don't want to have it curved. We want to have it straight in a grid. And let's see. If I just go ahead and plop this one here in. And make it maybe 136. Yeah, that should look pretty decent right here. 136 right there. Let's make it 120 maybe. Yeah, something like that. So let's keep on going with that. 120 and all the way down. Plop it on here. And these are going to be our high density areas. That should bring in a good chunk of change as well. Always a good thing. Very good. And there should be space for at the bare minimum one more. Very nice. That's actually low rent housing, but even with low rent, should still bring us quite a lot of tax income due to the just pure amount of people living there. So in this case, it's mass instead of class. But it should still work out in our favor, especially once we put some offices over here where all these people here can work that are getting the nice education from the elementary as well as the city high school. Or are we doing on demand here? 300, we're good. We are at capacity for the elementary school, so we need to upgrade that here in a second. But first, let's plop in some office buildings. Let's grab us the medium road, and let's just bring the medium road straight out. Something like this here. And then tack onto that with a 2-lane road. We can bring it off. Probably right smack dab right here in the middle, maybe. Into this direction. 90 degrees. and probably into the other direction as well. And then eventually we can get rid of this random road here connected to, as you said so nicely, half of our highway. We are once again a little bit in trouble right here. People are moving in like crazy into this area right here. Still. Which is nuts. I thought we were full by now. Hell no. We are only at 5,000 people apparently. So the traffic right here, they're all trying to get to this one area right here. We could, to help that, at least temporarily, for the move-in time, make it a two-way, one-lane road and tack it on into this direction right here. And hope that people will just, instead of trying to go along here, use the shorter route and free up this area. This road here can later on go. But for right now, just to get people moved into this area here faster, something like this here temporarily did help in CS1 quite a lot. Seems like it may be helping here as well. If, and only if, there are no bloody traffic lights. Go away. There we go. That's more like it. And now they can freely come up here and do whatever they have to do in this area. They're just probably moving in right now. And in this case right here, we should also be able to probably change this road here back to a normal road that lets us go into both directions. So let's see if we can make that happen. Replace this road right here. Make it a two-lane. And let's see if that is now somewhat okay. Alright, back to over here. We should be able to put our grid in now. Probably around here. With a normal road. We can make it... Yeah, it's kind of hard to see here. 180? No, 180 is too far. Maybe 144? Yeah, 144 is going to get the job done. Even more than that. Yeah, we can go all the way to 160. That should work. And we're going to do the exact same thing over here. Let's bring it out as far as we can at a 90-degree angle. Just like this here, 200 meters. Sure, let's make it a big grid. And just tack it on somewhere right here should do. Maybe a little bit closer, a little bit closer. That should make it at least somewhat uniform to the middle of our main road. Perfect. And we are a tiny town now. We're getting another 125k. We have 5 more development points. We have now plenty of those points and 7 more extension permits. Because we have reached 5,500 people. So we have by now made it all the way through to this area right here. Very, very nice, to be honest. Let's plop in the demand that we need for our office buildings. Right here. I have buildings from all 4 zone types in a single city. So you see, I didn't even made it to that point when I played it before, or that achievement didn't exist, which is really funny. Oh god. We do have a tornado, isn't that something? There's our first natural disaster. We should probably plop in our first shelter somewhere around here. It will cost us 35k though. Probably don't have a choice. Let's plop one right here, and maybe another one down here in the bottom. Looks like it goes away from us though, thankfully. Does it care about cars? Let me slow it down here. No, cars are fine. We don't care about tornadoes around here, of course. Beautiful. That is amazing. That is amazing. Cars just drive through the tornado. I don't know. I truly don't know what else to say about this game at this moment. Oh god. Oh god. Nah, tornadoes don't do shit. Yeah, I can see that. They don't do a damn thing. Maybe we should save ourselves the money. Doesn't damage road, everyone's safe. Yeah. We can get at least our money back, and we can save us that. Yeah, I know you are complaining about it. It's fine though. But that is crazy. I expected some damage to the city. Some cars flying through the air. But we do have a traffic accident though. That is all the tornado did. It threw us smart off the road. Wow. Impressive. Impressive. Not gonna lie. Alright, either way. to our low rent housing over here. We're going to tack on the other side some more low density, and then probably on our other side more industrial. We are up right now by still 6k. We're doing money-wise just fine. I'm actually surprised that they're still not complaining that there are no cops. They're just like, okay, cops, who needs them anyway? That's fine with me. Alright then. Won't hear me complaining about it, I guess. Saves me a lot of money if we don't need them. Elk test, but a bit of tornado for real. 128. Well, let's tack it on to all the way over here. Let's just see if we can make it straight somehow. Can we make this straight somehow? That is straight. Nice. Didn't expect that to work, not gonna lie. After every failure before that we made a straight bloody grid. We could actually come out of here. And maybe... how would we do that? Come out of here, I guess? Up here? Yeah, there we go. Can we do that? No. We are overlapping over there, so we need to do one less. That's fine, though. Right here. We can put in a little bit more medium housing into this area right here. And make the rest low density right along here. Add in a little bit more commercial wherever we can. And that should make everybody pretty happy, I hope. Just, yeah, this area right here. How is our air pollution? Is there a problem with that at all? Our ground pollution is slowly growing. Our air pollution is negligible from what I can tell. Completely negligible. This one here actually has air pollution as well, and it is slowly but steadily spreading towards this area right here. The landfill, yeah. Landfill would have been better suited further up, I guess. Tomato tornado, this could be a B movie. I know, right? The only thing that's really missing is that this tornado contains some sharks, maybe. That would have been something to add on here. Let's see. With our grid right here, let's make it 176. Yeah, there we go. That should work. Not there, but here. Try it again at 176. And plop that in. That should be more than enough. Industrial area. So much that we don't even know what to do with it. The bees would be blown away. Better build some turrets. The biters don't like the pollution. Oh god. There should be turrets in this game. Honestly. What are you complaining about? Oh, a tiny little bit of traffic. Yeah, because everybody wants to move into this area right now. We really need to have another one of these here further over on this side. Just so people can go easier where they want to go. Because down here on the bottom, all those traffic problems are now in the past because everybody has moved in here. I'm pretty sure we are basically at capacity everywhere. I mean, yeah, households 56 out of 56, 30 out of 30. Yeah, everybody's in here. Almost, at least. And everybody who's missing is really negligible. It's pretty neat. One more thing that we can help with, though, in the long run, maybe we can just connect this one over to... yeah, it's probably too close. Kind of what I thought. We could do maybe this one right here and connect it. It's gonna be an entire disaster, isn't it? It's just gonna blow up this entire thing here, is it? What is that gonna look like? I mean, it could be worse, I suppose. Yeah, but they can come in over here, out down here, and get down here. That should work. I know they shoot on a hurricane in Florida last year, I think, in the USA, of course. I'm pretty sure I've read that several times, that people were shooting at storms, at tornadoes, at all sorts of stuff. Fun fact, there's a movie called Zombies, which has bee zombies. Quite fun to watch in a group with some booze. Oh my god. There's nothing out there that doesn't exist, is there? Gonna buy one more grid right here, though. So we can go ahead and build us another one of those fancy roads, if at all possible. We will see, maybe. So why can I not get this one here tacked on straight? Which one is it? Here I can do everything. This one here allows me to go straight then. But it doesn't snap to the 90-degree angles. How about that? There we go. That's what we're looking for here. So let's bring it up with page up. One high should be enough, I believe. Bring it straight across here. Probably about this far. And then back down the other side. And just connect it somewhere down here into the ground. Should be just fine. Yeah. It's not the most straight thing I've ever seen in my life, but it will do the job at the end of the day. And also down here, I made this here one lane, right? I didn't make it accidentally 2 lanes. No, good, it's 1 lane. 1 lane going into 2 lanes, that's fine. As long as it's just 1 lane, that's fine. Alright, let's plop this one here in, thankfully. With this tool right here, the simple curve, it's pretty easy to do so. The only problem is we need to find a spot that is kind of flat up here. See if we can reach something like that. There we go. That should do. And then that should do. And then the same thing on the other side. We can come up from right around the same area. Right around here works. Yeah, the angle here just sucks badly. It's way too short. Yeah, this flat part right here on this right side here is too short. Not optimal, to say the least. Can we extend that easily without tearing everything apart here? Let's see real quick. I bring this one here straight ahead to right around here and then angle it down. Yeah, it's probably too steep of a slope. That's what I thought. You need to be very careful with this here because those slopes here, even the first game was never too happy about that kind of thing. So let's see here. You shouldn't have overlapping items because we just had it built. So it should work still once again. Let's build it to right around here maybe. And let's see if we can now slope it down. Nope, it's still too steep. Seriously? Still too steep. Even if I just tack on a few centimeters in screen estate, better to say. Not in real life though. It is still too bloody steep. This here does it though. Maybe that is barely enough for what we need. Let's see. If I bring this here over and bring it into here, bring it down here and into there, then it looks a hell of a lot better. Still not optimal, nowhere near optimal, but definitely better. Alright, this road is now officially open for business. Yeah, there we go. That should give him a hell of an easier time to move into this area right here. There's also a movie called Zombievers. I think it's the prequel to Zombies, if I if I remember correctly. They have great animatronics. What are you watching, von Reinlind? Oh, God. Of course, the traffic lights down here have to be annihilated before we do anything else. Yeah, it will be a minute until the traffic here eases off of this road. It will all be tacked onto this road though, so we are just moving the problem, but we are at least moving the problem on the road closer to the solution, which is this entire residential area where people are constantly moving in. So that certainly should help once that rush is over. I need to watch Cocaine Bear eventually. I actually have seen that one, and I wanted to watch that one too. I have heard some crazy things about that bad boy. We do have some medical issues over here. Can we not reach it with the one that we have built? Not death care. Yeah, we can see it in the red right here. So medical care is really not available at all in this general area over here. So we should be able to do something about that. Thankfully, relatively easy. And I'm going to build it as far over here to the left as possible. So if we expand it, probably going to expand it this way actually. We have it available into this area as well. So let's plop it maybe into this corner right here. Healthcare is always highly, highly important. So let's make sure we have that. Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. And then this road right here, we are going to change that slightly by just going with this road here straight along to here. And then getting rid of this entire section here that goes to the interstate. Let's make sure that's gone. It still looks like ass, but it's still better than tacking it on straight to the highway. A crime has been committed here, so we do definitely need cops slowly but steadily. Slowly but steadily, people are not happy about it. We can only really afford the small one with 6 patrol cars. Probably a problem. Probably a slight problem. At the moment, it should be okay. And thankfully, it has a very long reach. No matter where we plop it, really. Everything's covered, so we only need one of those bad boys. So let's plop the cops right here. That should do it. That should make our people much more happy. That non-90 hurts my feelings. For instance, before I migrated to the US, me and my friends regularly met to watch a show called Schlevfatz. Schlechteste Filme aller Zeiten. I gotcha. Translated in English, worst movies of all time in German TV. I've never heard that one, actually. Huh. It's quite interesting. The fun part is, in the advertising, they gave a recipe for a cocktail, and at one point you had to drink. My god. How much money are we making right now? 13,000. We are so much cash positive without a problem. Probably because also we only built half of the stuff that we really need. But that's fine, because they're not really complaining too much here. Lack of entertainment, of course, traffic, they're not happy about it up until most of the people have moved in. That will go away by itself. High taxes will stay precisely where they are. Unreliable internet service. I honestly don't know what to do about that. How do I give him internet communications? A mailbox, a small post office, a radio mast, transmits mobile data, radio traffic, and TV signals. Okay. And the telecom tower, the center of media broadcasts, cellular networks. But how do I get internet with a satellite uplink? We don't even have that unlocked yet, so how exactly are you... Oh, we have to unlock it. I see, I see. Progression node, satellite uplink. So why don't we just plop in a radio mast or two? So maybe that will make him happier, because yes, unreliable internet, truth be told, that would piss me off too. That would definitely piss me off too. Let's plop one of those things right here. It did say that is also for mobile data, yeah, so at least mobile data should be somewhat decent. Right around here, maybe. Right beside the cops, sure. That should give most of our city at least some coverage. Maybe one more over here on the outskirts. Yeah. That should give some somewhat decent service. Let's see, did that help? Yep, that sure as hell helped. I think unreliable internet is one of the least of their worries. Nah, they're fine. They're totally fine. You haven't heard of it? The show is made by Oliver Kolokov? Really? Huh. No, I have not heard of it. I have not heard of it. When did it come out? Is it still going? Because you gotta keep in mind, I haven't watched any German TV basically since 2012, which is when I moved to the States. So I have no idea. 2013. Well, there we have it. That is probably why I wouldn't know about it. I haven't watched any German TV at all since that time. Experience a forest fire. Well, that's a great achievement, I guess. Where are we on fire exactly? I don't see a fire. I don't see any smoke. All the way over here. A single tree is on fire. Randomly. Cool. What am I going to do about that now? Nothing. It just stops. Amazing. Thank you for the achievement, Steam. Truly, truly appreciate that. That one certainly was missing in my collection. Oh my god, a single tree. Oh my. What else do we have here? I guess we should take a look into what we can do here. Wow, it fixed itself. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't nature wonderful? Yes, I agree. Sometimes the best course of action is no course of action. And that right there just proved it. We could get highways, large roads. Maybe highways would be a good idea. So we can split these here up whenever we want to. How many points do we have? 12. Let's check it out before we do anything else here. Solar power, geothermal power. I don't know if you have any sources for that. Coal power, nuclear power plant, water treatment, hospitals. Let's get us a college though for sure. A fire station, shouldn't we already have that? A fire watchtower. Apparently, forest fires are a real threat here, so we should probably get a fire watchtower. You know? I mean, we just experienced our first forest fire. We gotta be really careful here. Police headquarters, a city hall. A harbor service provides the city with both passengers and cargo ship facilities. That sounds like a reasonable thing to have. Maybe some park maintenance, sure. We should probably build some parks while we are at it. A post-sorting facility. A telecommunication tower, yeah, let's do that. A server farm. And it supplies the city with more network capacity. I mean, we do need that for streaming, right? Wait, the game has a skill tree? It has something like that, yes. You do get those development points whenever you level up your city. And then you can slap them into those kind of areas right here that we just went through from top to bottom. No kidding, forest fires are a problem. One reason it is smoky outside, says Elfie. Well, Smokey the Bear says only you can prevent the wildfires. I'm not entirely sure we should do anything about it, because clearly it's not my fault, since only you can prevent it and not me. Pretty sure that's how that works. Sure, let's get us more roundabouts. Maybe more roundabouts will solve our problem with roundabouts. Alright, so far so good. Why are you stopping all the way? What are the... Wait, are there people walking along the highway? Where are you even coming from? And where are you going to? How is that even a thing? What am I watching? Stop that. Can I not get rid of these kind of things? There was a way to do that, right? Crosswalks. Stop that. You out of your mind? Crosswalk on the interstate, of course. What are you doing? Do we have one more? Yeah, down here as well. We literally have crosswalks down here. Are you out of your mind? You're not going to walk along here. And then we are wondering that we have traffic problems because people are walking all over our freaking highway. We do have a lot more roundabouts though. A bigger one. A very big one. Sure. Let's plop in a big boy. With a lot of trees. Maybe they will figure this one out. I mean, again, just like before, if there's not a hell of a lot of traffic, they seem to figure out how to properly use that bad boy. But the moment the traffic increases just slightly, it becomes a huge issue, which is crazy. But we do have now this huge-ass telecommunication tower, which... Yeah. Wait a second. You see what I'm seeing? Yes, the map just mirrored over right there. What is this here? The further I go out to the right of the screen, the further it comes back in on the left side. What am I seeing here? This is completely nuts. And it does it vice versa. That is hilarious. Oh my god. What are we doing here? I guess these masts right here, how much do they cost? One of them is 5,000 a month and gives us 3,000 gigabits. This one here gives us 20,000 and costs us 12,500 with a 5 kilometer range. It's an absolute no-brainer. Get rid of the ones that we have right now and build just one big boy somewhere. Where's the last one hiding? Didn't I build one more? Yeah, there's it. And let's find us the big boy and slap it in here instead. There we go. Now we definitely have internet. Since it's a European town and not an American, you could add some public transport. We could take a look at that. Some trains, maybe some subways, maybe. Trains more, so never. I was just talking about that with a coworker today. Used to live in Atlanta, Georgia. Not anymore though. And at the time they were discussing how to alleviate the problems of traffic in Atlanta. And they came up with every conceivable idea, including building a 3 lanes on each side, a 6-lane road underneath the entire city from north to south. Like, what is that idea? Instead of putting in some subways or something, are you out of your mind? I was like, you've got to be kidding me. What we do need for sure, though, is apparently more housing. Running low on housing once again. So let's extend exactly in the direction I said we would, which would be this way. Subway, the fast food chain. How does that help for traffic? Because everybody avoids it, so nobody's coming, which then automatically solves the traffic problems. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Let's build some bigger grids. Yeah, big grids. That's what we're here for. I mean, the grid system is definitely questionable. Not gonna lie about it. Not gonna lie about it. But it is a system nonetheless. Let's see. We can build it this big. Oh yeah. Those are some big grids. We can work with that. Let's put in everything. Let's put right here on the top, furthest away, the low density. Then right here, more medium. Then this middle section here, we're probably gonna leave open for a spell. Yeah, let's do something like this here. They avoid it because it has too many options. I'm pretty sure they avoid it because the $5 footlong costs now $18.50. I'm pretty sure that's the main reason, though. Main problem, I think, with a subway or the cost of building it in a city, and maybe it would damage the foundation of the buildings. You know, I would agree with all those arguments from Rhineland. Unless the other option that they literally considered was building an interstate underneath the entirety of the city. If you can do that, and if you can afford that, then you can build a goddamn subway line. $18? I don't know what they actually cost. I'm not a subway guy. Pretty sure they don't cost $5 anymore, though. Pretty sure I just saw a YouTube video not that long ago about the decline of Subway. That they were trying to go back and make their sandwiches cheaper again because they're literally on a drastic downfall. Yeah, of course, now that we built all this here and more buildings are being built, more and more traffic is coming once again this way. What can you do, though? Is what it is. We can definitely fulfill the extra office zones, though, that we're requiring in an instant. And then we still have some industrial demand. Did we already outgrow it again? Hell yeah, we did. Hell yes, we did. How is our power, though? I haven't checked that in a long time. Oh my god, we are importing 20 megawatts of power, but at the same time, we are still making 21,000. Where do I see my stats here? Expenses, specifically. Service trade, imported electricity. Holy shit. Holy shit. If we would make our own power instead of importing it all. I guess that is the downside of hooking up our power grid straight to the outside line. Because I did not notice that we are completely out of power and have been for a long time in a big way. Let's see, a development power. What can we do? A gas power plant? I wish we had enough to go directly for the nuclear power plant, though. That would be fun. hydroelectric power plant. We could go for the solar power plant. I just don't know how much that gives us. Look, the last time I added Subway was 2014, so you still did get a $5 footlong is what you're saying, Icarus. Didn't get the underneath the city, but yeah, if you can build that, then a subway is no problem. You can even add a subway, some stations. Exactly. That's my point here. But yeah, if you didn't get that part, then yeah, 100%. That makes sense. Geothermal is best for dollar over the nuclear. How exactly? What do I need? Shouldn't I have to build that on top of something? Like somewhere where I can exploit that geothermal power? Or can I just build that bad boy anywhere? Like I do not know how that works. I also don't see anything here that would tell me anything. You need a planet to build it on? Ah, thanks, James. That's precisely what I was looking for. Build it over underground water, that's all you need? You know what, screw it, we're gonna unlock it and see what the hell happens. Let's get this bad boy, let's get this bad boy, and sure, just as a backup solution, let's throw in the solar power plant as well. Let's see here. We have, where is our... I mean, the geothermal power plant also costs 750 grand, maybe that's a problem. And the solar power plant costs 1.5 million? Are you out of your mind? Maybe we have to start thinking smaller. Maybe we need to start out smaller. Just a little bit smaller, though. Maybe we need to start with... Yeah. What can we do? Don't these here have upgrades? Electricity stored? Yeah, we don't need storage. We can get up to 2.5 megawatts more for 2,500 a month. I mean, that would be not that bad of a deal. Then the solar panels would only help us during the day. Maybe we should upgrade these here. Are those now just upgraded like that? Is that all I need to do? Just click on it and I'll be done with it? I guess so. Okay, cool then. That should help us out. Maybe we should just invest heavily into wind power. Why not? There's really nothing stopping us. At least for the time being. I mean, this area right here is completely undeveloped. As long as they don't interfere with each other, we get maximum output. And I mean, they are pretty efficient in that regard. Gotta be honest about that. Let's build us a wind park over here. Yeah, let's see. Of course, the only problem is going to be the power wires once again. That's just a disaster. Why wouldn't you just automatically snap to that? Wouldn't that make too much sense, probably? Oh, let's plop all this in here. And last but not least, these ones right here. Oh yes, just like that. That should definitely help out our demand, especially if we upgrade all of these here. Is there no faster way to do that? Can I not select more of them? There is really no way that I can tell, no. Yeah, I gotta do every single one by one. We are out of money, though. But they're all up and running right now. Let's see what our electricity does right around now. Now we are exporting 38 megawatts again. Now we're getting there. I did a lot of offshore wind in CS1. Same here. That did work pretty good because offshore was mainly the #1 place where you could get good wind speeds. And the upkeep and the upgrades for all the new turbines. Yeah, I'm sure it's not cheap, but I'm sure at the end of the day, because we imported so much power. I mean, we just saw it right here. I mean, on the top right here, we imported power worth roughly 150k. Which is crazy. That is absolutely insane. Now, we should be exporting it. Let's see, service fees, service trade. exported electricity should be going up quite drastically right around now. How much dollar do you get? How much dollar? How much dollar do you get for the exports? I don't know. We're about to find out here where it peaks. We will see if that is worth it or not. I mean, I'm sure it is because, I mean, as much as we spent on importing, we should get something out of it for exporting as well, right? I mean, we're at 36K right here, right at the moment an hour, which is a pretty good margin. I just would like to see all of it. Right here, service trade, right at this moment, is 93,000. 94,000. It's a pretty nice change, a chunk of change right here. What do our citizens need? Unreliable healthcare coverage. Should probably do something about that. Lack of entertainment and unreliable mail service. Why would you just send an email? I gave you internet. Who needs actual mail? God damn it, these people, I'm telling you. Always complaining about something. Oh, where's the mail service? Right here. A small post office. You can afford one. 75K. Gotta be out of your mind. You need to build 2, though, to cover most of our people. That sucks. What is the strategically best place to build this thing? Probably right around here. If we connect this here up. Let's see if we can do that. If we can connect it from here to there, and then bring it over to here. That's a road. With traffic lights? No, better not. And this one road here should help us drastically with increasing the coverage of having one single building right around here. Yeah, that's better. In water. No, you're not in water. Stop lying. So right here, and maybe we need 2 more. Good God, I don't have the money for 2 more. You need your damn mail service. And now it's a -8. Now that I built one, it's a -8, of course. They must be addicted to Amazon deliveries. That is why they complain about the post office. That may actually be it. I guess that actually does make sense. That does actually make a hell of a lot of sense if I think about it from that perspective. I was just thinking about, you know, sending actual letters. It was like in the year 2024. Really? I can't remember when I sent the last letter. But yes, online shopping does make sense. Uh, 75K. Let's put one as far over here as we can. Probably somewhere smack dab here in the middle. Where we tear out as little as possible. Or nothing at all. Oh, we did tear something out, really? Looked like it was nothing was red. That's weird. We need one more over here, though. That has to happen. But I need another 75K. Thankfully, we should have that in no time with 37,000 per hour. Letters, we don't have that in Germany. We use fax. Yeah, you should be happy about using fax. Because, as far as I know, Germany, like I said, you're lucky that you're not still working with Morse code. That is one thing where Germany is so far behind. I mean, telecommunication in any way, shape, or form is completely insane. Like, I live in a somewhat rural area here in the States. Well, let's be real, very rural. And even here I have fiber internet with a gig up and a gig down. You have to live in like Munich, Berlin, Stuttgart to get something like that in Germany. It's crazy. Alright, there's our third one. Are you happy now? Why is it still -8? I built you 3. You have full coverage everywhere. What is the problem? Efficiency 100%. That's what we want to see. Employee 6. Good. Mail to deliver. 0. Collected mail. You should be super happy right now about the newly built mail offices, but you're still complaining. Alright. We can build a couple of parks maybe to get maybe the rating up for lack of entertainment. I believe that should be parks because, yeah, we don't have really anything else yet unlocked. So, I don't know. A campfire site, sure, that sounds cozy. Where could we plop something like that without interfering too much with our city? Nowhere really, it's too big. We could put a small one. That's too small. It gotta be a happy medium, right? Between humongous and tiny. Maybe one here, and maybe one there. And right here in the middle we have a space. Beautiful. Couldn't be better. Build parks to get them to touch grass sometimes. Yeah, trying to figure that out right now, where I can plop some in here. This area here is completely unused for some reason. I just neglected this one square here like it doesn't even exist. Maybe we can plop a huge park in there. Yeah, this campfire side fits in there perfectly. Let's put it where it doesn't. Does it not? I thought it did. No, it barely doesn't. Small plaza? Sure, let's put that in here. And we still have some space for housing around it. Another one of those up here, maybe. Sure, still place for housing around it. And here, you gotta have space for a big one, right? Yes, you do. Perfect. That's good. And maybe we can squeeze another one in here somewhere. Yeah, one of those circuit parks. Still not optimal in this area right here, though. Yes, we're running low on money. That's fine, though. We're still making 35k. Just a matter of getting it at the right time. If we get rid of this tiny little nub right here, you can squeeze one in there. Right here is nothing built. You can squeeze one right there. And that should cover most of it. Most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. One more right here. And look at that. Build 10 parks in a single city. They must have not have achievements. There's no way that I wouldn't have built 10 parks before. Von Ryan says, then you are lucky. We are also on the land and the internet fiber was directly bolted to the electricity line and from there to our house. Wait, what? That does not compute. In January, we switched to Starlink because it was frustrating to have a once-a-month connection failures due to fiber broken. That is insane. That's nuts. That is crazy. Yeah, I can't say I've ever heard of that. To be fair, though, I also have a second internet connection. You know that if you watch my Oxygen Not Included streams. Which is only for business purposes, which is copper, because I don't trust the fiber too much either. It does have its outages every once in a while, but usually it only lasts for a few hours. Maybe once every couple of months or so. But I guarantee you, it's at that time when I want to stream. And that does not fly. Alright, we're still exporting quite a lot here. And we are getting in. I mean, 45k. That's not too shabby. Icarus is asking how is up-down with Starlink. I was about to ask for the latency. Myself, honestly, that would have been my next question. What's the latency on Starlink? That's what I'm curious about. Okay, let's turn all of this stuff here on to take a look. Exported water, we don't have any of that. Exported electricity. I mean, our income is basically 1.8 million or something. Also, if I hover my mouse over this graph right here, why doesn't it pop up the exact number? Like it does on the cheapest possible phone app for from your power provider that you have ever seen in your life? Like, why can't we not implement that into the game? Something doesn't add up here, though. If I have an income of 2 million, over 2 million, and expenses of just over 700k, I'm only making 40k. Yeah, something doesn't add up here. Or that's total over the month and this is per hour. Okay, I see. Yeah, that makes more sense. It does add up after all. Loans don't need any taxation. We could probably lower it back down to maybe 11%. Maybe let's be a little bit more generous. The offices go up to 11. Maybe that makes them a little bit happier. Yep, that brought the taxes down from -2 to -1. That's good. Latency is okay. Normally about 150 to 200 Mbits down and around 15 up. Yeah, see, that wouldn't fly. That wouldn't fly for me, unfortunately. -9 mail service still? I didn't even notice. How? How am I fixing this? Like, what exactly is the problem? There is 0 mail to deliver. They collected 1,066 pieces. And they have storage for 25,000. Vehicles in use, 0 out of 4. I can extend it, but that doesn't help me. How can I bring it up? Wasn't there something in the milestones or in the development as well about that? Like a sorting facility or something stupid like that? Where was that at? Down here on the bottom. It does need more points though. And for that we need more XP. Maybe they have a business version with more upload? I don't know. I've never looked into it because I don't really need it. But maybe they do. Maybe you have a good point. Probably not affordable though. I have looked at Xfinity's business offerings, which offers the exact same speeds as their residential offerings. Just their residential offering is $80 a month, and their business offering is $300 a month for the exact same service. Like from an upload, download latency perspective, there is 0 difference. That is not a joke. I don't know what I'm getting for my extra $220 a month, which I'm not paying. I'm just saying, if I were to pay that, what am I getting here? I don't understand. What's the first thing in the mail menu? The mailbox. Should we plop in some mailboxes maybe? Is that something that we need badly? Sure, let's plop one here and one there. Those go on the sidewalk. We can have many of them, I suppose. Sure. All around those big-ass buildings right here that are glowing bright red, I suppose. Does that help in any way, shape, or form to have those? Only one way to find out, I guess. That's something we didn't really have to deal with in CS1 at all. Also, you got a second antenna, which you can use outdoors, but it's quite heavy and power hungry, so nothing for foot or bike hiking. But if you have a car, it's nice. Maybe more stable. Well, they do guarantee for their business offering 99% uptime. And I'm like, cool. I can't remember, and I see your words. You say Comcast is absolutely horrible. The truth is, though, I know everybody says it, and I would probably agree, but I haven't had any problems with them. I have had Comcast for 8 years, and I can probably count the amount of outages in hours on one hand. It's crazy. I have nothing to complain about them. I don't have anything bad to say about them. They work. It's reliable. It gives me the speed that they're promising, even though the speed that they're promising means shit. 1200 down, which is amazing, and then 40 up, which is insanely low. But data, I'm getting it, so I can't say anything bad about them, personally. In some areas, at least, the residential service is heavily oversubscribed, and you won't consistently get the level of service they advertise. While this may not be true on the business side, that may well be that is true in some areas, at least in the areas that I lived in, like where I'm currently living and in downtown Atlanta where I used to live. That wasn't the case. Truth be told here. Just the support you get at my company, if your connection breaks down, we have to guarantee that a technician is there within 4 hours. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Still though, the 2 internet connections that I have right now, the fiber as well as Comcast and copper, is still together a hell of a lot less than $300 a month. So I feel like that is a better deal just having 2 completely separate internet connections compared to buying one business version. That's just me though. I may be dead wrong about that. Maybe there are some benefits that I'm just not aware of or ignorant of. But for me, that makes sense to me, what I'm doing. And we saw it in streams before. If one connection died, give me 1 second. Let me switch over the cable. I'm back 2 seconds later, and it works like a charm. Let's start here with our grid. Bring it up to right around here, maybe. Yeah, that makes more sense right here. Let's build it bigger. Yep, just like that. Let's do the same thing once again, right here. Can I do that? Let me zoom in a little bit here. Yes, I can do that. Let's bring it over here once again as well. Nice 90s. Do we have nice 90s? Looks like nice 90s. We do have a lot of traffic right here, though. We're having bloody traffic lights. I see traffic lights everywhere, don't I? We definitely need more industry. Also, I need to figure out how to do that specialized industry. How do we do something like that? Landscaping, parks. Where is the specialized industry hiding? Bandwidth may be something else you get from the business model. You have 1 gigabit per second down and 100 up with Comcast? Really? Because I can't get that. I want to get that. Like, I would be happy with that. But the best I can do is 40 Mbits up. That's it. Hate it. I'm like, what is that? Literally 1200 down. Not even 1000. Not 1 gigabits, but 1.2 gigabits down. And 40 up. Like, what is that? How does that make any sense? For private use, it's way too expensive. Better just to have a cellular backup or so. For private use, yes. For private use, like if I wouldn't be streaming, you know, which is mainly what I'm concerned about, that if I want to stream on a Saturday and the mofos are out of internet, and I can't, even though I want. If I would be private, then I would just have a cellular backup, 100%. David says I have 2 gigabits down and 45 megabits up with Comcast. Best offer of all services in my area. It sucks that I can't get better upload. So we're basically in the same boats, just that you have a better download than I have. But what am I going to do? I mean, 1200, what can really use 2 gigabits of downstream? Or even my 1.2? I mean, that is an insane amount of speed. I mean, any game that you can imagine on Steam, you press download, you go take a piece, and you come back and it's done. What else could you possibly want, right? It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy fast. It's so fast it doesn't even make sense. Nobody needs that. What we need really is more upload. If we want to do anything meaningful with our internet connection. What is this traffic issue right here? Well, it's just the main road from all these high-rises right here where a lot of people are living. 216 households, yeah. That's a lot of people. Imagine you have 5 kids and all of them watch Netflix. You still don't need 2 gigabytes for that. 5 times 4K Netflix is what? Still doable with 100 Mbits without a problem? More industry. That's crazy. In my area, that's the point. Comcast is usually a local monopoly, or at the worst part of a tiny oligopoly. The various cable providers actively avoid directly competing with each other. I mean, you do have a very, very fair point there. That is exactly what it is. They usually stick to their one tiny little area, and if you're lucky, you can choose between 2 providers where you live, which is where the same here, where I am. I can choose between Comcast and the the fiber provider, and I chose both. But yes, you are 100% correct. That is the problem. What are we going to do with this area right here? We may have to expand it. I think that's probably the best course of action, honestly. I mean, we are so far up on money. Money is the last of our worries right here. I feel like... Is it just me, or... I mean, we are barely playing the game. We're talking basically about anything but the game. It's too easy. Am I crazy to say that? The game is too easy. We haven't done anything crazy. There's nothing out of the ordinary going on here. And we're just swimming in money from income. That has never been the case in CS1. Never. You always had to battle up until a certain point. At some point you did make it, but it was never this early in the game. There we go. That's what I want to see. Let's plop in more manufacturing here. Let's extend this road right here while we're at it. It's just a 2-lane road, isn't it? Yeah. 100% straight. That's totally fine. And then maybe give him another access point or two. Because that one road right here, for all this industry, is maybe not the best idea. Just saying. Just saying. Stating the obvious here. We could. Let's build it curvy. Right here on this corner right here. And let's bring it over to here. In a nice curved road. You're building me lights again. Oh, of course you are. Get rid of this nonsense. Then maybe let's do the same thing again. Down here where our construction is about to start. Let's come down to smack dab in the middle. And then bring it over to here. That should do. Yeah, there we go. That should hopefully at least a tiny little bit help with the traffic going into all the different directions right here. I just hope that they're not all using this one right here. Because if that is the case, then we are going to make this one here the entrance and this one here the exit. One-way lanes. That's a common complaint about this game, that it's too easy. As soon as you buy enough tiles, it starts to get really expensive with the resource taxes on the tiles that kick in. Really? How much does it cost? I didn't even pay attention because we had so much. Okay. If I would buy all these tiles right here, it would be 500k. And the tile upkeep would be 149,000 a month. I see what you're saying. So the more you expend, so it basically works in reverse to complain to CS1. Where in CS1 the beginning was really hard to get up there and actually establish a town in the first place without going bankrupt. And here it's the other way around. Getting it established is easy, but the further and bigger you go, the more difficult it becomes. Is that what I'm seeing here? Icarus. So the game does need fighters. Yeah. You're lucky. For a long time, the fiber provider was only offering DSL in my city. Oof. I had a choice between Comcast and broadband in name only. That truly sucks, words. That truly sucks. Now I have 5G home internet from T-Mobile, which doesn't have a cable territory, and as such doesn't have an incentive to avoid competing directly with Comcast. I don't mind easy, but it doesn't really feel like there's a game going on here, more like a sandbox SimCity thing, which I guess is true of almost all SimCity since forever. That is exactly how it is. There's no story. There's no nothing. You just build whatever you feel like. Yep, gotta have an incentive to keep small before the assimilation at larger levels tear your computer apart. I guess so. I guess so. They built that in to deter you from going any bigger. So you don't notice the massive issues with performance here. That may well be it, actually. Alright, we have all of our needs fulfilled. Well, not all of our needs, but at least the basic needs for any kind of zoning. What are the guys complaining about, really, at the moment? Nothing. Abundance of entertainment, +5. Reliable internet service, +3. Reliable mail service, +3. So maybe the mailboxes worked, I guess. What else do we have? Traffic, -1, that's fine. High taxes, -1. Poor garbage service, unreliable healthcare offerings. Alright, what can we do about that? Yeah, over here. It just doesn't reach all the way there. We have no healthcare at all in our industrial area. Let's fix that real quick. And also, let's fix this area right here. Thankfully, we have more than enough money. We can fix that in an instant and nobody gives a crap. Even down here, our offices, sure, why wouldn't we? Pop one in here. Just so we have it available. Wait, were you built? You weren't even built. Because you don't fit in there. Is that it? Of course, that's it. That'll do. No one needs healthcare access at work. Apparently they do. Apparently they're not happy at it. Not happy about it, I mean. And then poor garbage service. What's the problem with that now? I mean, they are pretty far away. Does this thing have any upgrades? Garbage truck depot. But currently there's only 1 out of 20 vehicles in use. Oh, because it's full. 503 out of 505 tons. Collects hazardous waste. A waste recycling unit. None of that is probably allowing garbage to be processed at a higher speed. 20 tons a month. I feel like that is nowhere near enough. We do have another signature building. We gotta check those out. And another one. God. Enables the landfill to maintain a much larger fleet of trucks. Yeah, that doesn't really help us though. Let's see. Can we unlock something with our 1 point? Because an incinerator would be decent right around now. That is a problem, actually. Can we make this area here bigger? How did we do that earlier? Oh yeah, right here. Can I not mess with that anymore? Yes, I can. I guess I could just buy this one tile right here and just make it bigger overall. Because why wouldn't we? Might as well do precisely that. Thankfully, I don't care about the cost whatsoever, because who cares? Yeah, that's questionable. Whatever that here is. What if I drag this one here over to right around there? Add another one right here. And here. And there. Sure, why not? Seems perfectly legitimate to me. And now all the garbage trucks are going out. At that point, it might also be prudent to maybe increase it by those 20 tons. So let's stack that on here. We can build more than one of those, huh? Well, that's neat. I can increase it by another 20 tons. So we don't have to build endless landfills. We can just expand the processing capacity of this one right here. That's nice. Sure, let's build another one. Why not? Yeah. Good. Let's see if that is good enough here for right now. My parents still don't have high-speed internet. Oof. By the way, how is the export? That's a good question. How are we still exporting? That's a bigger question, probably. Expenses, let's go away. Income, service trade, exported electricity. We are still exporting at the high point right here. Can I change this here? At the high point, yeah, that was the high point actually. At the high point, we were exporting about 87k, roughly, plus minus a little bit. And right at the moment, we are down to 65k. So we are still exporting a good amount here. Where could I see that? Right here. 16 megawatts is what we're exporting. We do have more than enough money now, though, to upgrade the rest that we haven't upgraded before. So sure. Why wouldn't we? If we can. Could even plop on some solar panels. Are they actually physically visible if we do so? Yes, they are. Nice. At least that works. That's a good thing. What's the export now, though? How did we upgrade that? 17 megawatts. 17.2 megawatts. I mean, it's still pretty decent. We do need to upgrade our town, though. What exactly do we need for it? To become a busy town. 30,000 XP. I guess the best way to reach that maybe with those, what are those actually called? Signature buildings? Corundum condos? Well-being within 1 kilometer. Holy cow. Sure. You're gonna plop one of those in. And it fits perfectly into this grid. Vertigo Square. Let's see if we can fit one over here somewhere. Right there. Perfect. What else can we do here? Industrial signature building. Here's the chemical plant. Oh, that's a big boy. Don't really have a grid that's big enough for that thing. Kind of difficult to tack that on somewhere meaningful here. I guess just right here. And that gets us to the busy town. Perfect. In development. Well, now I don't know anymore. I wanted to build the incinerator plant, but now we may not need it anymore. Maybe we do. 789 tons. That went up very quickly. 809 tons. It goes up like crazy. How about you compact a little bit harder? And we can fit more in here and our problem will be solved. We may need to have that incinerator plant after all. Yeah, let's go grab it. And let's go build it right away. It has a storage capacity of 3,000 tons, but it also processes 3,000 tons. Yeah, those extensions right here are completely pointless compared to this bad boy. But it also costs us $1 million. Holy shit. I mean, we are producing currently 500 tons a month. This incinerator here will take care of it all by itself without the landfill even getting involved. That may be a worthwhile investment. It also costs us 105k a month, though. Still, maybe worth it, though. You will also see how much extra electricity it produces that we will then straight export. Gotta keep that point in mind as well. I guess let's give it a minute to see when it starts up and it grabs some garbage. The question is, do we then still need this thing here? At the bare minimum, though, we can get rid of those extensions right here and save us that cash. Those 40 tons a month of processing are most definitely not going to be worth it. I just got the $1 million quote by Dr. Evil in my mind. And then delete the landfill to add more industrial for more money. I would do that. I just want to check out real quick if that actually works the way that I assume it does. Because theoretically, this thing here shouldn't be needed anymore. And there should be this empty button right here. Garbage stored in the building will be transported to other available garbage facilities. Let's see if we can make that happen. If we can empty this thing here out completely and just incinerate all of it, that would be nice. What are you complaining about, though? Not enough water. Yeah, that may actually be a problem. We haven't done any kind of water in a long time. Should probably add another water pumping station. Haven't really done anything in that regard whatsoever. Since the very beginning of the game. I'm actually surprised it lasted that long. Yeah, now it's a problem of getting the road on here, is it? You sucker. May have to do this differently here altogether. Yes, yes, you will complain. I'm sure you are. Yeah, that may not work at all that way. Good that we have more than enough money to play around with here. Let me build it a little bit further away. It should be easier to connect the road up. Or maybe not. Hey, it looks weird, but it will work. There we go. That should give us more than enough water right now. Oh yeah. Just our sewage right here might as well take care of that as well, while we're at it. Also, apparently it doesn't travel anywhere. That is not how that is working in any way, shape, or form. We are treating 100,000 cubic meters per month, putting it straight into the water, and nothing happens. Cool. I wish that's how real life would work. By the way, 100,000 cubic meters, that would equate to 100,000 tons, which is nuts. But sure, let's plop in another one. Thankfully, this thing here doesn't need anything other than a connection to a pipe. Just gotta hook it up here and hook it up there, and it should work just like that. Now we have 2 of them. And our water treatment is going up drastically. I don't know what it is complaining about, because it says the water pipe is not connected, which is clearly not true, but sure, why not? Don't have to empty in CS2? You don't have to empty it, you can't just delete it, that's the thing. God. Where's our overview for the garbage? Right here. So we are producing 612 tons a month. We are processing 3,220 tons a month. Our landfill availability is 21. I'm just going to delete it and see what happens. I'll trust you blindly. If you say that's fine, sure, it'll be fine. Where's the bulldozer? There we go. The only thing that we still need, though, probably is over here. The power that we are producing. Let's bring it... You connected? Oh, is that high voltage? That sure as hell looks like high voltage. That may be an issue. Properly take care of our high voltage power that we are producing here. It does need a substation. Yeah, I see that. A transformer. Can we just tag it on right here? Does it just work like that? That would have been too nice. I was like, maybe we can just trick it a little bit. Nope. Not happy about that. Let's build it somewhat stupidly over here. Problem is, it also needs a bloody road connection, doesn't it? You sucker. Let's plop that one right here. What is the upkeep of that bad boy? 3,000? That may be worth it. Depending on how much it produces, it may actually be worth it. Let's go along here, hook that up, turn our view around, and then bring the road from here straight into there. Yeah, sure. I said straight, but make a curve out of it, sure. 90 degrees, please. Can't do 90 degrees. Why? Probably because it was a curved road in the first place. Right, it's one more time. Come all the way up here. A 89 degree angle. God, it's horrendous. Can you tell? Yeah, that does look like 89 degrees, actually. That looks good. And it should now be connected to the power, right? Just like that. Yep, perfect. Just with the road. Don't have to do a damn thing. And it should just export all of it. Can't see it here. Yeah, 23 megawatts are being exported now, once again. And we are producing in here 7.8 megawatts. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. I mean, all of that is produced in here is straight going to get exported. I wish you could get a more straightforward number somewhere that just tells you for each megawatt you get X amount of money, but I have not found that yet anywhere. Transportation overview, city economy. Efficient energy makes money? Hell yeah, it does. Hell yeah. But still, though, it doesn't tell me the cost of 1 megawatt or anything else tangible that I can work with here. It's all just made up numbers. Electricity right here. Fees. Export. Yeah, but it still doesn't give me any kind of value here. How should you work like that? Good grief. Yeah, we have a deficit of 8.5 tons worth of grain. I still haven't figured out these specialized industries. Where are they in this game? How does it work? Maybe I should have done the tutorial after all. There used to be an extra, like, button for it, or better to say an extra section for it, and I don't see it. But there it is. Specialized industry. Nice. What were we down? Grain, I believe it was, wasn't it? Let's see if we can figure out how that bad boy here works. It actually tells me the deficit: 6.2 tons, 0.3 tons, 1.3, 7 tons on stone, 2 tons on coal, 1.4 tons on ore, 3.7 tons on oil. So the biggest deficit is actually grain. So yeah, maybe we can make this area here kind of like a grain farm. The good ground is by the trash. It is indeed. The only problem that I'm worried about is what does actually our pollution look like on the bottom, right here, our ground pollution. I mean, that's where our landfill used to be. I'm assuming that's getting less by itself, slowly but steadily, right? Also, what happened with our air pollution? There is basically none. There's some from the incinerator, but from our huge industrial area up here, nobody cares. It's just fine. It's just totally fine. But back to business right here. Let's see, can I get this view again? Literally all of our good ground is all over here. Well, so be it then. So this one here does require a road. Let me see. That's not what I meant to do. If I take this one right here, where would be the entrance? Where does the road go? My question. Probably over here, I would assume, yeah. And let's plop that one here right on the fertile land as much as possible. Maybe straight right here, smack dab in the middle. Or maybe right here. I think that actually covers more ground. Yeah, right there. Okay, now I can add nodes, kind of like for the trash itself. If I now go all the way up here, and bring it along here, basically try to cover as much of that fertile land as I can. And it doesn't let me do that. What does that do me any good? How does that work? Also, very different as it was in CS1. Okay, now we have this area right here. Is it literally just one building? There is nothing else that you need to build? No grain storage, none of that good stuff? Very, very odd. Very, very odd. Let's tack this road onto just right here for testing purposes. I mean, there are employees coming. Efficiency's going up, I guess. But then even right here, I could probably, if I find the right overview, natural resources. Can I make this area here bigger? Surface area tool, specialized industry area tool. I mean, this entire area right here is actually good fertile ground. So there's no reason not to expand this entire area here basically around. Pretty sure that all of this is fertile area. So let's make it as big as we can, I guess. See what happens. And now it goes actually through the building. We will have to check out our overview. I mean, it covers it pretty nicely here, though. Actually, right here. Looks weird, but it only covers fertile ground, so it makes sense. This one right here we're going to bring over. Add another one. Add another one. Doesn't really work that way that I expected. There we go. Something like this here covers basically as much as we can cover. Guess we will see what that does now. Yeah, only one way to find out. Companies produce goods and services, both material and immaterial. Industrial manufacturing requires resources to produce goods. Resources can be produced locally by other companies or imported. I guess we will see if our deficit will disappear, or at least get smaller, from building something like this here. Because right at the moment, it does say our deficit is only 2.8 tons, so we are definitely producing some grain, or we are just not using any. But I don't see that. I'm pretty sure we are still using the same amount. All right, we have some nicely made grain right beside our incineration plant, built on top of our former landfill. What could possibly go wrong here? I don't see a reason that anything could go wrong. It's just fine. Just fine. Maybe we need some more areas right here for our commercial. Looks like that's all we needed. But that is a tiny ass area, and it just annihilated that demand completely. Sure, that sounds reasonable. Love it. Definitely, that sounds right. Yep, absolutely. Just so much industrial demand, though. How is our traffic here with our new in and out roads? A hell of a lot better. I think traffic overall is a hell of a lot better now. Now that most people have moved in, I think it has calmed down a little bit. Let's check it out real quick. Well, right here in this area right here, which is our very first entry to the city, it's still somewhat heavy. It's also the most dense area, so that does make sense in a way. I mean, it's really quite a disaster. Let's be very real here. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's going all the way out the map right now. But the traffic flow is not even that bad. It's actually at 60% because it's only this one road right here that is just completely congested. And truth be told, I don't know exactly what to do about it. Because they're all trying to go along here. What we could try to do is, if we have it available, which I don't think we do, because we did not unlock highways. No, we didn't. Let's unlock highways real quick. As we said earlier, the solution to the problem is probably more roads. Now let's see if actually yeah, that would help. But we would have to do it way further back. Let's buy one tile and see if that will help. If we make this entire area right here bigger, then at least the cars that want to go straight can go straight, because right at the moment they're also mixed into here and doing stupid shit like this. And that can't be a good thing. Let's see if that helps in any way, shape, or form. Or if the American way is just not the way to do it. Or if just nobody wants to go straight, which is also always an option. Which may actually be the case right here. I don't really see a hell of a lot of cars that actually are trying to go straight. What are they? He's gotta be on Moonshine. It's Phoenix, definitely Phoenix. Could also be Atlanta. Let me tell you, it could most definitely be Atlanta. Yeah, the graphic AI is still exactly as good as it was before. But the problem is also without the appropriate mod, can't really do a hell of a lot about it. This here's just, I mean, it's not bad, but it's just not good enough for what we need. Like the standard version of, you know, going from a 3-lane into a 2-lane, going from a 2-lane into a 3-lane, having the appropriate settings here set, all that good stuff. You just can't do that here. Like, I can tell him you're not allowed to turn here, which is pointless. I can tell him you're not allowed to go straight, which is pointless, and I can tell him you're not allowed to go left, which is already the case, so what is the point right here? I can't do really anything. That really sucks. That does really suck, and there's nothing I can do about it. Does anybody know, is the, what was it called? The Traffic Manager mod, is there such a thing for Cities 2? Or does it just not exist? Because A, nobody wants to make it because everybody hates the game, or it just doesn't exist. I'm just curious. Because, yeah. Having the 3 lanes right here, if nobody wants to go straight, it doesn't really help us. Doesn't really help us at all. Words, more lanes. Okay, alright. If you think that's the solution, let's make it happen. Let's go from 3 lanes to 6 lanes. Or what is this here? 5 lanes? 5 lanes. Sure, let's do 5 lanes, because why wouldn't we? More lanes. That's as far as I can go with more lanes. I don't think it's helping. What am I doing now? Ryan says, but I call it a day. Just 1-2 runs in fusions, and then it's bedtime. Totally spent this week. I feel you. I feel you, von Rhineland. Hey, I hope you have a good one. And I hope I see you on Saturday for oxygen not included. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Can you go over the street so that the cars don't have to stop for the outgoing traffic? Who said anything about a solution? Can you go over the street so the cars don't have to stop for the outgoing traffic? I mean, right here we could. There is really not much traffic going out of here. I mean, that tiny little bit that's coming through here, I mean... Let's see if we can get rid of the bare minimum of our traffic lights right here. And right here while we were at it. Because there's a lot of times where there's just nothing coming. There's no reason to not drive the entire time. That is definitely making a difference, though. For all the times there is no traffic trying to leave the city, or better to say, go from here into the city. I could actually do it completely differently. Why are you coming over here in the first place? You shouldn't be coming over here. We could restrict that road right here. Make it a 1 lane. And basically just allow it to go this way. I mean, it's stupid to go from a 1 lane into a 4 lane, but that's just what we have right here, so let's make it happen. Can I not do that? I can do it here. I can do it not there, though. Why? Not enough space? Can I make it a smaller one? Yeah, no, that's that's made by the devil himself. Also, why are there people? I don't know. I don't know where they're coming, and I don't know where they're going. It's like, where are you going? That is a really, really good question. Stop, stop, stop. No more people anywhere, ever, for any reason, in this entire vicinity. Yes, you cannot even cross here anymore. Screw you. As a matter of fact, you can't even come over here anymore. Just stay over there. There is really nothing here. Where are you going? But yes, you are right, words. Adding lanes has been a solution to all traffic problems in the US since at least the 1970s, and even though there are well-researched papers on the topic in the 1980s, people are only starting to notice that it's literally never solved the problem it was implemented to solve. That is 100% correct. Adding more lanes does not solve the traffic problem. It never has and it never will. It is not the solution. And everybody knows it, or should know it, but we still do it. It's hilarious to watch. Sad, but also hilarious. But it does move now better. I should really get rid of those insane lanes here again, because that was a stupid and just a joke anyway. Let's go back to our standard 2-way lane right here. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with all those extra cars now. You will figure it out, guys, I'm sure. I have full faith in you that that is not going to be a problem at all, because this here is actually the appropriate amount of lanes to have. Preferably, though, if I would have traffic manager, I would tell him... I would tell him that you're only allowed to merge already back here somewhere. Then right here, you're only allowed to go up here. You're not allowed to go straight. Every car that wants to go straight has to be in this lane. That would be the appropriate setup that I would do if I had traffic manager right now. But I don't. So, yes, here we are. What am I going to do about this here now? Wait, you're... where's there a police car? It says your police car securing accident site. Oh, you're all the way back here. You're doing an amazing job securing that accident site. Good job, officer. Somehow reminds me of Doofy. I don't know, but it sure as hell somehow does remind me of Officer Doofy. Okay, so far so good. They are getting their shit back together here, I hope. Traffic is moving once again. But look at all those people. I don't know where they're coming from, and I don't know what to do about it. I shouldn't have to do anything about it. It's a highway. Where are the cops when you need them? Yeah, look at all this random ass merging right here. Word says, God, my city would be nice without people. Well, except for the hot Harvard students walking around, scantily clad at the end of spring and the end of summer. And my friends and my family. Are we talking about city skylines? Oh, God. That is hilarious. Yeah, if they can figure out how to merge properly up here, which they can't, and I can't do anything about it, then that should be solved. Alright. What else can we tear up, though, that is more pressing than our traffic issue over here? We do need more commercial demand. What are you complaining about? Waiting for a hearse. Let me guess, our cemetery is full. No, it isn't. Not even close. You have only 11 out of 15 vehicles in use. Why don't you get some vehicles over here? Wouldn't that be a great idea? But we have a memorial tomb for persons of importance. We don't have any of those in the city. Don't worry about it. Nobody in here is important, I guarantee you that. We do have a crematorium, though. That has helped in the first game, so why shouldn't it in the second? Well, let's plop one in here. What are your... You have a little bit of air pollution, a little bit of noise pollution. You have 10 hearses, a storage capacity of 20, and processing 100 a month. We have currently 114 deaths a month, so one of them should definitely help us drastically. Question is just where we're going to plop this thing. Down here, maybe? Sure, they're happy about the air pollution and the noise pollution. Cool, that works. I was about to say, let's give you a park so you shut up about it, but you don't even need one. I'll give you one anyway, though, but... Just for... most of our problems, this should help. And we can even add an additional incinerator, which is always a good thing. Sure, let's slap it on here. And we can slap on more hearses as well. We don't have space for it, do we? We do, right behind the park. Sure. Perfect. What could possibly go wrong? And an extended cold storage. Yes, make that happen. Beautiful. Couldn't be better. Are there dog parks too? I no. Playgrounds. Oh, there are dog parks. Why didn't nobody tell me? I would have only built dog parks. Nothing but dog parks. If you don't have a dog, you're not. If you don't have a dog, you're not welcome. And I mean the city, not the park. Definitely, dog parks. In an office area. Perfect. Why not? I'm gonna zoom in here in a second because I want to see the dog park near up to see if it's up to standard here. Yeah. Lots of dog parks. I think they added dogs as a DLC in Surviving Mars. Really? Surviving Mars is a really good game. It's another game that I've considered playing on stream. I do love Surviving Mars. I used to at least. Haven't played it in a while, but I do have like 200 hours in it or so. Really good game. That is actually a pretty nice dog park. We have a tube right here. A wiggly tube, a straight tube. We have different heights they can jump over. Different obstacles. A couple of trees. A couple of stones. Benches. Loops and hoops. Water station. Alright. Yep. This dog park is officially BierTier approved. We can work with that. Perfect. Gunnar says, well, I mean, at least they won't have dead bodies in their houses if they can cremate them. Very true. Very true. You shouldn't have anything to complain anymore. Even though no vehicles are in use and no bodies are being processed for some odd reason. Didn't they just complain that there are so many dead people that they don't know what to do with them, and now we're doing nothing? What happened? Did they literally just throw him out the window and call it a day? Or did the cemetery finally did its job? I literally can't tell. They're not complaining about that anymore. I don't need a little bit more healthcare. I guess we could build a real medical clinic by now because we have the funds now available. Costs only 60 grand. What is 60 grand if we are making 64 an hour? I mean, does it really matter at this point? I don't think so. Let's add it onto here maybe. Yeah, right in here. That would be a good space. And then let's make this area right here also a little bit extra commercial. We left it open earlier because we didn't know yet what to do with it. Apparently commercial is the way to go. We have apparently more than enough housing right now. Most of the housing up here is not even built yet. But what we are missing is commercial and even more industry. How much more industry could you possibly need? And how is this thing here going? 36 employees. Perfect. Could I see that on a graph, maybe? Where would I see that? Would that be in... It wouldn't be necessarily income, though, right? No. Parking fees. Nothing. Cool. Electricity fees. That makes sense. But that's not what I'm looking for at all. Services, population, employment, businesses, companies, industrial companies, grain. 1. Okay, yeah, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to see production rates. Yeah, I don't know. This entire menu here is confusing the living crap out of me. None of this is really helpful or meaningful in any way, shape, or form. Like, I can see that I'm somewhere between 3 and 3.5 million in income. But what exactly it is, God knows. There's no way that I can tell that you can click on it or do anything with this value right here. It doesn't show you anything. It's quite amazing. What can we do in the city budget, though? It was not... production, it's over here. Look at this. So we have grain right here. We're producing now 11.7 tons. That is what I was looking for. I expected to see it in some kind of graph, but apparently it's just randomly tucked away right here. That works, I guess. So we are producing 11.4 tons per month. We have 5.5 tons a month of surplus. Are we exporting it? Are we actually exporting it? Because if so, how much do we make from that? Services trade, services fees, taxes. I don't see anything here about actually exporting any kind of grain or anything else for that matter. I have so many questions. And there are no answers in this game. At least we don't have any kind of deficit in material goods. That's a good thing. And immaterial goods, also not. Just straight materials. So currently we are also lacking carrots. I guess to export it though, maybe we need an outside connection. Because currently we have unlocked water connections. That's right. Where would those be? In here most likely. Yes, a harbor, a cargo harbor. Sure. Let's see if we can plop one in here somewhere. Don't have enough space in our area, do we? Do I need to buy another tile? Really? Let's just put one right around here, maybe. Let's see if we can plop one right there. Cargo harbor. Maybe then we can export our grain if we do that. Maybe that makes sense. Don't know if I need that or not. Guess we'll see. If I plop that onto here. Does need a road connection. That makes sense. Straight road. Actually, let's make the road straight along here, maybe. With an entry point right here. Let's do it this way around. We're coming in with a one-way road from right around here, maybe. Let's make it curved. And then let's bring it here. Back out. It's not the most beautiful road I've ever seen in my life, but it should get the job done, maybe. Also, this road right here could actually be upgraded to a one-way road, just the other way around. How do I turn this around? Don't. There we go. Drag it. That works. So now it's a one-way street, which should work, I guess. What are you complaining about? No waterway connection. I don't know how to do so. Let's see. I don't see a waterway connection anywhere. Oh, out here. All the way out there. And it exceeds the city limits. Are you choking? I would have to buy all the tiles all the way to get out here to make that happen. I mean, that's just stupid. That is also, once again, not how Cities Skylines 1 worked. This cargo harbor here is completely for nothing. Up until the point where we can go all the way out there. That would be, let's see, how much would it cost us to do so? We would have to go basically here, 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 here. Probably one more. On potentially both, just to get through here. Even here, that's probably not enough. You would have to get all of these tiles right here. Plus these two tiles, well actually, yeah, probably so. Probably something all the way to right here will cost us 600,000 with a tile upkeep of 137,000 a month. Let's do it anyway. Screw it. Let's see if we can build that bloody waterway now. I guess trial and error. Always a good solution. This one right here is medium sea lane. Sure. Let's slap some money in here. The bridge is too low or what? Do I also need to change this bridge right here now? Alright, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. Well, let's destroy it. I'm sure the cars won't mind. Let's grab us our highway. 2-lane. Straight road. From here, let's go up as high as we can. Then over to as far as we can, and then back down. Yeah, just connect it up here somewhere. Is that a thing? Slope too steep. Of course, how else would it be? It may still not be high enough, though. Wasn't there a bridge that just happened too? Oh no. Let's get rid of more roads so we can build our bridge, or start our bridge, better to say, much earlier. And let's go high. Let's go high. Somewhere right here. And then let's go all the way across right here. And then let's bring it back down. And please tell me the slope is not too steep. But it exceeds the city limits. Really? Is that connected? I think it's connected. Looks stupid, but it is connected. That works. Before we build it, let's see if it's even high enough, if that even works at all. Let's see right here if I now connect onto here. It's hard to tell where I'm. I cannot do it no matter what. Even here. Yeah, I cannot do it. What in the hell is this game? Build the waterway first and then the bridge over it? Sure, we can try that. Maybe that way works better? Who knows? Waterway is all the way through here, all the way through there. No water. I'll show you no water. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be functional. That is now officially a waterway. Now, can I build a bloody road over there? Yeah, I would say absolutely not. Absolutely, I cannot. That is nuts. Oh, the Francis Scott Key Bridge was struck by a container ship? Yeah. That did sure as hell happen, didn't it? Yeah, no matter what I do, it says you're overlapping items. What the hell is this game? I mean, seriously though, do I need something like this here, a suspension bridge? Even that I can't do. What if we do it completely differently and try it with a suspension bridge from further out? Because it did work as long as the two pillars are not in the waterway, I guess. What do we have here? 2-lane would be good enough, actually. Yeah, that's not it, though. I guess we gotta get rid of all of this road right here. Maybe even buy the stand tile here so I don't have any more problems with it. There. Don't want to hear anything about it anymore. If we build us a bridge that goes right across here somehow, I just need to get the pillars to be outside of the waterway, and it should be fine, is my understanding. Yes. I'll reconnect that up later. We will figure that out in due time, I suppose. Let's see here. The other road is right here. Maybe we'll just plop it in right beside it. And now it's quote-unquote just a matter of hooking it back up. How can you make a game that used to be so simple? You just built a bridge over a body of water, and you were just fine. Into such a mess. What happened? It's also the wrong way around, I just noticed. I'm not going to go for pretty anymore, just hook it up somehow. Don't really care how you hook it up. I also have one more tile right here, so we have more space to work with. And that waterway better export some shit now. I swear to God. From here, go up to this bridge. From this bridge, go down there. And from here, go up to this bridge. That was about a gazillion times more work than it was supposed to be. Than it was ever supposed to be. Good God. Now what? Okay, we have 38 tons in storage right here. We're getting more stuff. We're getting furniture, minerals, paper. The one thing, hilariously enough, that we are not getting. That's not very symmetrical. We don't talk about that. We're not getting any grain, though. Even though we have a surplus of 11 tons. Yeah. Looks like money on the tarmac. It sure as hell does. Beautiful. Never ever have you seen such a beautifully constructed bridge. Look at that. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Couldn't be better than that. It's also a completely pixelated mess. But that's another thing we don't talk about, I guess. Also that it's completely full of traffic. That is definitely something we don't talk about at all, ever. I still don't see any ships coming, though. That's what I'm worried most about, really. Are you coming? You're a passenger ship. You're not coming. What are you? Royal Lakes, a 2-point ship connection point for creating passenger ship lines or cargo routes. Wait, what? Hold on a sec. Do I need to go all the way out here? I may have to go all the way out there. I guess just connecting it to the existing one is not good enough. Am I seeing this right? Just by reading the description. I mean, by every right, though, it is connected to the outside. I mean... You know what? Screw it. We already wasted that much money. Let's waste some more. Let's waste some more while we're at it. Something like this here, maybe. That was actually way off. There we go. Good that money is not a problem that we have. This one right here. If I connect this here, exceed city limits. Well, of course it is, because I cannot even buy those. Okay. Apparently that is not it. I cannot just drag from here to the city. Yeah, no, that's not a thing. No matter how I look at it. So whatever we did here should be the right solution. I just don't see any more ships coming since we did that, not one. Pretty sure that is just a traffic spawn point. It may be. But earlier when we were out here, there were ships going back and forth. Now there's nothing. There's most definitely nothing coming to our city. There are 3.2 tons worth of unsorted mail. Oh god. Didn't we have a mail post sorting facility earlier? Sure. Let's slap one of those bad boys in and see what happens. Once we have 650k, which should be any second now. We're still making 53,000, even though we bought all those tiles here. We're still making 53 grand from who knows where. Also, we're just polluting the entirety of our cargo harbor, but since we don't have any ships that are coming, I guess that doesn't matter either, really. I really don't understand how the cargo works, clearly. Not sure what the deal is here. What other options do we have available? Something that is more straightforward, maybe. Where you don't have to have a sevenfold PhD to figure out how to connect the goddamn cargo lane to a shipyard, I mean. Sure. Why not some air travel? Maybe we can just ship our shit. A server farm, mine bitcoins? Sure, let's mine some bitcoins while we're at it. Might as well at this point. Even though everybody knows that ain't it anymore. How much does that thing cost? 200k. But it gives us 30,000 gigabits per second of downstream. I'm all here for it. I'm here for it. You can live right beside the incinerator plant. Actually, that's a bad place for it. How about kind of like smack dab right here, off our power station? Probably a good idea anyway. Overlapping items? What items? Nice. And it only cost us 105k a month. Which apparently doesn't matter at all because we're still making 52k an hour. Beautiful. Bitcoins are down. Bitcoins are indeed down. Everything's down. There's nothing that's up anymore at this point. Alright, I want to try one more thing. I want to try these airplanes right here. Which I can't even do. Small terminal runway that provides the city with flight connections increases the attractiveness of the city. The cargo terminal costs us 750k. You know what? Because we're making so much money, just to speed up the process, let's borrow some cash here. Let's get $1 million. Who cares? 82,000 a month. We can afford that in a heartbeat. Let's see. If I grab that bad boy now, how big are you? You're pretty decently sized. You would fit right here. Yeah. You would fit right over here. Let's buy us a couple more tiles here. Something like this area. Because that's 500,000 for those 4 tiles. Where is the street connection on the other side? So how about we turn this thing here around to make it somewhat more sensible. And move it right along the water. Perfect. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Build any airport. Yay. Another achievement. Maybe this street right here. I mean, the truth is I couldn't care less. Let's just plop it on there. Make it a curve. And apparently that doesn't even count as a road connection somehow. Probably because we need to come along here. We have parking lots and all sorts of nonsense going on here. Does that count as a road connection? It still doesn't count as a road connection. Ow. Landed in the Hudson. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's what I was saying. It looks perfect. It still doesn't work though because somehow it doesn't have a road connection, even though what I'm seeing right in front of me looks sure as hell like a road connection. How is it not a road connection? How is this not a road connection? Oh, because it's a highway. Okay, alright, that one's on me. Can't blame that one on the game. Cannot blame that one on the game. That, in fact, is on me. But now it's a normal road, and this time it is on the game. Because it just did not connect it at all. Even though this time it is for sure a normal 2-lane road. That should just connect straight up to right there. And it refuses to do so. Oh, that works though. Okay, cool then. What can I do here? The cargo terminal costs 500k. Alright, let's grab us another loan real quick here. Let's grab us another... Yeah, that should do it. I'm only here for the cargo. That's the one thing that I want. We have now a cargo terminal. Provides storage space for cargo. Alright, let's put it in a game and let's see if somebody comes by with any kind of cargo. And not enough water. Backed up sewer. Not enough electricity. What? Seriously? Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem though. Oh, because this here is still a piece of highway. Yeah, okay, alright. That is, in fact, still a piece of highway. Out here. Can I not get it into the middle? Which one was that earlier? I think it was this one. Nope. Nope. Snap to existing geometry? Yep, that's the middle. Well, let's make it a curve. And let's tuck it on here. Now you should have everything you could potentially want, right? Not enough electricity. That it cannot be right. There we go. That's better. Let's see if anybody delivers anything to this bad boy right here. And sure, we are definitely going to charge a parking fee of 20 cents. That is going to happen. Somebody's coming by. It's a garbage truck. All right, we're exporting garbage. Gotta love it. Love to see it. Anything else? Does it need a substation? No, no. It is good now. Let's give it a minute or two and let's see if we can get any kind of storage on here. Any kind of resources. Still, ships. Nothing in sight. Since the moment I connected our shipway, not a single one has spawned for who knows the hell what reason. I mean, I just truly don't understand. It makes 0 sense. Or cargo ship route tool. What are you doing? Can I connect this here to this here and then to my cargo? Is that what we need here? Is that all it took? Maybe? Is something happening now? And then back out? Now it's a round way. What's the icon on the left of the airport? That is railroads. But we shouldn't need those. Those should be optional. I really hope so. Yes, we have delivered 6.7 tons of paper. I still haven't seen an airplane, though. Are we now getting a ship to come? There's a ship. A cargo ship. Where are you going, cargo ship? You should be going to this point right here and then returning and coming back down, I think. I think that's how we set that up, didn't we? Something stupid like that. I guess we will see here in a second. Do we have an airplane coming? There is an airplane that could have maybe just started. Wrong one. I didn't know cargo ships could drift. Oh, they can do a lot of weird things apparently. I still don't see any kind of revenue coming in from any kind of export though. None. It's not a lot. I want to see a ship coming here, and I do want to see a plane landing. Or is there also some kind of fancy button that we have to do for our... Yes, look at this here. Cargo airplane route. Where would that be? Here. Do we have any more around the map? I guess. And then back around. Alright. Are we getting now some cargo airplanes? You have to set up the routes manually. That is insane. We do have a ship coming. We actually have a ship coming. But it already is full. I don't want to buy anything, especially not grain. I want to sell shit. We have 154 tons of stuff waiting in here for you. Let's see what's going to happen here. You're docking. We bought all of that. Are we loading anything? No. Oh, God. What is this game? I don't understand what this game is. And I still don't know how much we spent on buying what exactly. None of this stuff was on that ship. It was all material goods of some sort. You have to configure loading? I have no idea. What is this ship right here? It's full to the brim. Relocate. Look at all this stuff that we have now in our port. They're literally just unloading it in our port. But then they're taking nothing with them. Maybe I need to set the cargo route differently. Maybe I need to set the cargo route... Let's see. The cargo ship route that starts from here and goes only to there. And then it comes back to here. And then a second one that starts from here. Goes to there. And then comes right back to here. And the one that we already had, that one that is the round trip one, I would really like to get rid of it. I just don't know how exactly. Can I press delete? Right click? Left click? Double click? Don't see a delete button? No idea. Again, we should get different ships now from different routes. This one here is full. This one here is empty. So maybe this one here is the winner. Imagine making a pilot talk to every mayor for flight authorization. I know, tell me about it. It's completely insane. It's completely insane. What are we doing here? But this plane right here just loaded 427 tons of random nonsense. It's taken off and getting the hell out of here. So maybe that is actually doing something now. And the empty ship is also coming. Let's see. You're gonna unload probably your entire crap again, aren't you? No, you're just parking on top of another ship because that's how ships work, of course. Yep, that I like to see that. Nothing. I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna give it up. That ain't happening. What is this game? Oh, God. I mean, also, apparently, I also don't know. I don't see that we have spent any money on those services. in any way, shape, or form. There's nothing here. Like all the stuff that we are unloading from those ships, those thousands and thousands of tons of random garbage that we have now in our cargo harbor, we have not spent a cent on it. Gotta love it. I guess we're just getting free stuff that now sits eternally in our cargo harbor because also nobody comes by to pick it up. And the stuff that our plane here takes with it, if there is any. Are you getting loaded with anything here? Doesn't look like it. Nope. This leaves empty. I don't know. I don't see how I would initiate trade in any way, shape, or form. Cargo. 880 tons. I mean, cool, but I just don't see anything leaving, any money being made or spent on anything. It's truly hilarious. Alright, here's the deal. Eventually we will play this game again. But not Cities Skylines II. That game's dead to me. If anything, we're gonna play good old faithful. We're going to play Cities Skylines 1. Because that is just an insane amount of more fun and more understandable than this game. You know, I really wanted to give it a fair chance. I really did. I tried my best here to give this game a fair chance from the get-go. And I just got nothing. I got nothing good to say here. None of it makes any sense. I mean, we haven't really built any kind of zoning or anything. We have spent an insane amount of money on tiles and random shit, and we are still somehow making 32k an hour, because that makes perfect sense. We can't sell anything. We are also not buying anything. Seems like you gave it much more than a fair chance. I really tried to see the positive in it. I really, really did. And the truth is, I failed miserably. I don't have a single good thing to say about this game. So, if anybody gives a crap about my recommendation, do not spend a cent on this game. It is not worth it. Play Cities Skylines 1. It's better in every single imaginable way. That is my review. There you have it. But you live and you learn. Not everything can be a winner, and that sure as hell is not one. Well, if you said I did warn you, you did. But sometimes, you know, you gotta touch the hot oven yourself to understand that it's hot. Just because you tell me, you know, sometimes that doesn't make me absolutely believe it. I rarely learn. But yeah, again, at some point in the future, we will play the real Cities Skylines game, which is Cities Skylines 1, which is a really good game. I don't know how you make such an incredibly good game and then make it worse in basically every perceivable way. I mean, they even removed the mods from the Steam Workshop. They have it now on their own website. You need to install a bunch of third-party garbage that you can't use them at all. I looked into it before the stream and I was like, you know what? Hell no. That's not happening. That is definitely not happening. But yeah, that is where we are going to leave this. And chances are high that Cities Skylines 2 will never again make an appearance on this channel. And truth be told, it shouldn't make an appearance on any other channel either. Again, this is $50. I don't know what it costs right now. Did they fire all software developers and then decide to make CS2? It sure seems like it, Icarus. It is $50 right now. I have no idea. The truth is, I paid $50 for it when it came out. Because I loved Cities Skylines 1. Like I said, it's a great game. So I was really excited about Cities Skylines 2. Then it came out. I tried it on a 3080. I could play it with 10 FPS, and I got rid of it. I didn't get rid of it, but I, stopped playing it, and I was like, well, they fucked up. Maybe give them a chance to fix it. I gave him that chance today. I don't know when it was released. I can't recall. Must have been 1 or 2 years ago by now. And they have not done anything better. It's still the same shit show. At least on a 4080, it doesn't crash anymore more than once every 3 hours, I guess. But it's the only improvement that they made. The rest of the game is still shit. 2023? I think it was beginning of 2023, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, either way around, they had about a year to fix it. And they have failed miserably to do so. Sorry to say, it was in October. It was in October 24, 23. It was really just a year ago. Brief. It felt like longer. But yeah, again, I have not touched it since it came out, so I'm not entirely sure. But regardless, they had a year to fix it, and they didn't do a damn thing. A year is a damn long time. They should have never released this game. Not in October 23, and not in the state it is right now. It is basically unplayable. I mean, crazy. But enough ranting. We did give it a fair shot. We tried it. And that's the conclusion, at least for me. Now I know that I don't need to waste however many gigabytes it has on my SSD for this game, and I will get rid of this one and re-download Cities Skylines 1, because truth is I also haven't played that one in a while. And eventually we will play Cities Skylines 1 and build a real city. But I would say we are gonna call it a I gotta read this one. Icarus says user score CS1 8.7, CS2 3.9. I think that a 3.9 is still generous for CS2. The 8.7 for CS1, I wholeheartedly agree with that. That I 100% agree with. But yeah. Still though, for everybody who's sat through this entire nonsense here, truly appreciate you guys hanging out. And I hope I will see you with a real game on Saturday. Oxygen not included. Of course, we are back with Planet not included. I have been itching. I have really had to hold myself back to not keep on playing on Planet not included, because it's so fun. But yeah, I have not though, but I will on Saturday, and it's gonna be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. That game just irks me right now, or at least that map. And I wonder how Frostpunk 2 will be. I give them a fair chance as well. I mean, they brought out a demo. The demo failed miserably. They pushed back the release date and said they would fix it. So let's give them a fair chance and hope they are standing true to their word. Frostpunk 2 was good. Was good. Number 1, I mean, Frostpunk 1 was good. But I hope that they will pull it off in Frostpunk 2 as well, after listening to their own community. So we will see how that goes. Alright guys, either way though, again, thank you very much for joining, truly appreciate it, and I hope I see you all on Saturday for Oxygen not included. And of course, that is all I have for you today. And with that I say thank you, and peace.